Morning, gentlemen. Happy Friday.
Those are the thunder thrown, so shook and grown. Disobedience turned their hearts to stone. Rejected the truth, lost in the zone. And now they're paying rent in Hades' bone home. Those crackheads, no shelter in the night. Underworld gates, that eternal fright. Denials echo through torturous flights. Only face facts could have saved their plight. Lightning crack.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Friday. We're back in the Thunderdome. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Or face the dole.
What's going on, Heaven? Good morning, Q-Dog. We are once again back in the Thunderdome. Yolanda, good morning. Good morning, Cindy. Jams Ride. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You know exactly why we are here.
Follow the path or drown in the stream. Zeus' wrath, a cruel dream. Dreams of torment echo loud. Lost in sulfur, desperate, proud. Zeus watches from Olympus cloud. Rejected truth, their fates avowed.
All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we came to do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome to take care of business. You know, don't worry about it. We'll lower your taxes, all right? We'll pay down your debt. We're going to drill, baby. We're going to drill, baby, drill, all right? That's what they want, and we're going to give it to them, all right? Yes, and it's Friday, so you know what that means. We got to go out with a bang. Hey. There we go. That's right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am on the right side of history. Don't worry about me, all right? Worry about yourself, all right? All right, welcome to the show. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. We're warming it up. We're warming up the live, all right? Go ahead and find a seat somewhere in the back, all right? Some of you came in first, you're sitting in the front, but some of you came in late. Go ahead and take a seat in the back, all right? There's plenty of room. All right, we're going to wrap this week up on a high. Well, we're going to try to at least. You know what I do over here. I
too spicy, I ain't even had my coffee. Don't be wrapped up in your feelings and be careful when you flash.
Appreciate you. We got to do over here, ladies and gentlemen. We got somebody has to tell the truth out here, all right? Next 4 years are not going to be great. That's a lie from the pits of hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. Once again, we are back in the Thunderdome. Oh my goodness, wait a second. I can't even accept guest requests. Hold on. Let's get this all. My goodness, wait a second. I can't even accept guest requests. Hold on. Let's get this all. My goodness, wait a second. I can't even accept guest requests. Hold on. Let's get this all. Talk works. Something takes a minute to get warmed up, but don't worry. I'll take good care of you. We'll drill, baby, drill. We'll lower those taxes, all right? Because you know that's what this is all about. I see some lies already circulating out there. And that's not a good thing, all right? You shouldn't want to wake up in the morning and spread lies and misinformation, all right? All right, let me see. Let's see where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. There we go. Oh my goodness. There we go. All righty then. Yeah. Okay, we're back there. Okay. And it looks like we got something right there in the brewing. We got something brewing in the guest request. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, send me a guest request. Don't worry, I'll bring you right up. But let me take care of some housekeeping items. For those of you who do not know, yes, please follow Q-Dog's other account. All right, we want to get him back in the box. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple. The first H is because I'm honest. The second H is because I am humble. And the last and final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because you, all of you guessed it, I am and will always remain the most handsome. Yeah, I know that too. All right. You know what we do over here on this side of TikTok? We're going to continue to hold those on the right accountable for all of the nasty things that they are trying to do to this great country of ours through their cult leader, Donald J. Trump. Are there any... What is it? Oh, no, I can't co-host. Are there any Trump supporters out there that are still saying that having Donald Trump in the White House for 4 years is a good thing. I'm just curious. Do any of you honestly, have you sat down and, Michael Jackson had a song called Man in the Mirror, have you ever done that and just thought to yourself like, wow, have I messed my life up? I'm getting people all over TikTok. They reach out to me and they go, Zeus, those tariffs, are those really going to have a negative impact on my bottom line? I say, go look it up because you don't trust Democrats. Yes, the tariffs are going to cost you a lot of money out of pocket. All right. And the same thing with the mass deportations. I seen a video yesterday, a Hispanic gentleman. I wish I had it queued up. Sometimes you got to go look it up. It's on these local news channels. Let me see if I can get this thing queued up. Oh, yeah. Oh, it sparks concern for a Nashville man. Yeah, that's what it happened. Yeah, listen to what this gentleman says. He says, it breaks my heart that they bundle everyone in as criminals because we're not criminals.
It breaks my heart that they bundle everyone in as criminals. Because we're not criminals. We've got people.
And I just want to remind you, if you came in this country illegally, you are a criminal, right? That's just how the cookie crumbles. And so you might think you're here and being a law-abiding citizen, but you got to go do that research and dig deep into your history and find out, did you really come here legally? Because if not, there's going to be mass deportations like you've never seen them. And they're not sparing anything, all right? Military is going to be involved. They want to take those men and women that we have in uniform and they want to bring them right here and put them right there at the southern border. They want to use them to go after you, whether you're at work, whether you're at school. It just doesn't matter. And a lot of you voted for Donald Trump, or you have relatives that voted for this. All right. And so I just wanted to give you a heads up. It's not going to be an easy. Oh, yeah. My ex-husband has been naturalized since the 70s. He's also going to be deported. I hope and I pray. Stoney. See, Sony, I mean, but this is what they say will make America great again. I want to see all these Trump supporters do all that back-breaking work. All right. Once it starts to kick in, I want to see all of you Trump supporters get out there and do that back-breaking work that you're crying and complaining about. Somebody says you are causing division and I am misinformed. Chris, why don't you send me a guest request and I'll take good care of you. All right. If you could provide me with any evidence that I am providing misinformation, by all means, send me a guest request and I'll stand corrected. But Chris, here's the thing. Just like I know, you made a mistake when you allowed Donald Trump and you allowed Elon Musk to lie to you. Chris. All right, let's see. Who do we got in the box next? Oh, look at that. I have a guest request. Working for Aliens. Good morning. How are you doing? Good morning, Straight Facts. Trump caused division. I agree. Well, listen, and before we get into today's show, you know the rules, all right? If you are scared of the truth, you hate facts, you might want to leave this live and go on with your miserable morning, all right? Because we take no prisoners.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
There you go.
Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Yeah. Now, if you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. We got a lot to discuss, all right? And by the way, I checked the news today. Those blacks for Donald Trump, it just doesn't seem like Donald Trump is hiring them yet. I don't know what it is. Is it that they're not qualified? What's going on with the blacks for Trump out there? I mean, you can't get any cabinet positions. What's going on? Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. I knew I was going to get somebody up there. One brave soul to come on up here. All right, we don't got all morning to do this show. Sam Lee, 7676. Sam Lee, why don't you come on up here? I sent you a guest request. All right, don't worry. I'll talk to you, and this will be the first conversation. Hopefully, it won't go off the rails. Good morning, Sam Lee. Welcome to the show.
How you doing?
All right. There's a lot of background noise. Karma, thank you for the subscription. Sam, you voted for Donald Trump, or are you gonna get somewhere quiet first?
Yeah, I didn't vote for anyone, but the only reason why I didn't vote for him because I thought they were going to get straight, treat him like they did last time. But let me say this before you say anything. All right.
Well, your
Trump ain't
connection,
now.
you're bad. It's bad. It's hard to hear you, champ.
Uh, Trump,
Maybe, huh? Maybe you could.
can you hear? Hold on for a minute. Let me take it off my earphone.
I'm listening to you. All right, yeah, because whatever those earphones are, they're not working that good.
I use for music, but Trump ain't in office, and what's going on right now? What are they doing right now?
What do you? Is there something going on right now that you have an issue with?
So you don't know that the administration that's in here right now that's trying to start World War III?
I've heard about that, but I think it's all propaganda from the Kremlin. If
No,
you
that's not propaganda, player. That's
really,
real.
no,
Yeah,
no. You know how Putin operates, correct?
yeah. I know how Putin
How does he
operates.
how does he operate? Does he use scare tactics? And there's a lot of noise, brother. What are you doing?
I'm in the military. I'm out here doing. I don't even supposed to be on the phone.
Oh
So
Lord, and listen. Okay, well then you need to stick to listening to your commander, all right? But honestly, understand that Russia is using scare tactics to get folks like you to sympathize with Russia, all right? But they're not going to start World War III because they know the moment they did that, Moscow would be toppled. You know that. You know we got bigger and better equipment and weapons than they do. You know
I'm
what that
still.
is, what they did. You know what they're doing, right?
Who told you that?
Well, you got to go. Don't listen to
Russia
the
got. Hold on.
mainstream
Russia.
media. You can't
No,
listen to the mainstream
I'm
media.
telling you what I know.
Well, what do
Russia
you
got
know?
Russia got missiles that we cannot stop.
They might, but we got bigger ones and better ones.
You don't understand.
What do you know about the Trident 2? You don't know anything.
I can't talk right now
That
about it.
I would encourage you to get back to work. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna send this MAGA demon right there. He's a MAGA demon. Okay. It'd be the strangest things that I see and hear. It's people who really are at the bottom of the totem pole. They seem to know what's going on at the top of the totem pole. Sir, you are grossly misinformed. Paris is what they say 6 minutes away from Moscow. Okay, if a nuke was to strike, do you really think Putin would wants NATO breathing down his neck? What is he getting out of Ukraine? Is it worth it? Do you think Putin, you know what he's doing? He went out there, showed you he has nuclear capabilities, and got every single one of you MAGA Trump supporters scared to death. All of a sudden, you're scared of Russia. Yeah, right. I'm going to throw that previous guest. You know what? We're going to throw him into the lake of fire. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge round of boos and shame. Just stick to what you're doing. Stick to your day job. Stick to your day job. It's not helping you.
Silence, you MAGA.
And I don't know why. And I don't know why you didn't vote. He's like, well, look at this previous administration. This is what this brother said to me. I assume he was a brother. You don't know what President Biden and Kamala Harris have done to help brothers and sisters like you. All right, but you're so busy cozying up to Vladimir Putin. Well, okay, he might be onto something, but he's not in the United States military, and well, put it this way, he says he is, but he knows that he doesn't know what's really going on between President Biden and Vladimir Putin. All right, have him read Annie Jacobson's book Nuclear War. There's no way they're going to start anything. Yeah, if you are honestly listening and following what's going on, Putin is doing a lot of what they call nuclear saber rattling. All right, and that's intended to cause division within the United States of America. All right, because the one thing Putin doesn't want. He doesn't want the United States to continue to provide support to Ukraine. And why does the United States do that? Because we need to provide support to them so they can defend themselves from a war that Putin started. It wasn't like Ukraine was just sitting there and they decided to go invade Russia. It's actually the other way around. Do your research. But again, I know you don't trust Democrats. You only trust, well, I don't know. I don't know where you guys get your information from. But if you actually got credible information, please bring it on up. I'd love to hear it. Who do we got next in the guest requests? If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. All right, I'll talk to you. Goodman, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, my brother.
All right, all right. What brings you here, if you don't mind?
Oh, please. This nonsense with Russia. This nonsense. Know what I say?
What
Bring
is
it
it?
on. Bring it
Oh,
on.
oh.
We're
So,
ready.
so you support what President Biden is doing?
course.
Thank you. Finally, a real patriot. Thank you, Goodman.
I say, bring
Thank
it
you.
on.
Thank you. Yeah. If
Bring
that's what
it
they want to do.
on.
Yeah. Because guess what? It's not like we're going to have a country anyway with Donald Trump running things, right?
Exactly. Bring it on. Bring it on,
Yeah.
brother. Bring it on. We're ready.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
We say we're the most powerful country on the planet. If we're not the most powerful country on the planet, then that means Russia is. And that means these Trump supporters, they need to go to Russia then, right?
Exactly. Look,
Yeah, but they don't want to do.
He send those missiles. He let Ukraine send those missiles because what did Putin do?
What did he do? Please explain it to these commoners out there that get their information from Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
He went to Korea, China, and had them send 50,000 of their troops to Russia. So what
Well,
was they
10,000, but they
say?
say it's
Don't
10,000.
fight back.
Huh?
Don't fight back. Surrender.
So he went. So Putin went to North Korea sometime in June of this year. They signed some paperwork in which North Korea and Russia agreed to support each other in the event they're attacked. Please continue to keep going, because see, this is what they don't know.
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
So what we supposed to say? What Joe Biden supposed to say? Don't fight back. Surrender.
Not on his
No.
watch. Not on his watch. That's a sign of weakness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you, Goodman. I'm glad we have an honest American that's able to come up here and say we stand with our president, like you did. But these other folks that get in the box and they complain and they moan and groan, I don't know what else to say to them other than, why don't you just pack your bags and leave? We had an offer on this show. Any Trump supporter wants to go to Russia, we will
I'll
pay.
pay for their ticket.
Thank you. Any Trump supporters that want to go to Russia, put a 1 in the chat. We'll pay for you.
One way.
Yeah.
Whole damn gang and clan, whatever. I'll be more than glad.
Yeah. Is it bad that we want to support NATO? Is
No.
it that okay? Good, because we
No,
needed them on 9/11. On 9/11, they came to our rescue. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? They don't want to say that
And
though,
I
because
live here in New York City.
yeah. See, this is what I need to hear. This is what I need to hear. Real Americans, real
I was
boots on the
down there.
yeah.
I seen the disaster.
Yeah. And Donald Trump spread lies about his buildings on that dark day, right? Remember those lies? Oh, I have the biggest building and and all this other stuff. It's just a bunch of misinformation. And what really
Exactly.
grinds
So
my
many
gear.
American lives were lost that day.
Yeah.
You know how many American lives are still now found?
Yeah. You're right, Goodman. You're in New York. That's where you're at.
That's right.
All right. What do you think? During the election, they said 70% or so people believe this country is heading in the wrong direction. Honestly, what do you think caused this country to be headed in the wrong direction? Was it
Donald J. Trump.
Thank you, Donald J. Trump. Goodman. Let me go ahead and give you a follow, bro. Listen, I got to give you a follow because what you're doing right now, I haven't asked you to come on my show and say this stuff. You're saying this on your own. Am I right?
And correct.
Yeah.
Because that man that said he's in the military, be a man.
Yeah.
Don't be a little fucking wuss.
Well, okay. Now listen, keep it clean now, Goodman. All right, we went a little too far. You went a little too hard.
I know, brother, but you know what?
What's that?
I'm just tired, bro.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm just
But
tired.
don't worry.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure thing. And then I got to move on to one of these MAGA demons. Yes, sir.
One question, brother.
Yes. Go ahead. Ask away. This is a free country.
All these military personnel.
Uh-huh.
Okay?
Yeah.
All these military personnel. If you're so afraid about war or this or that,
Mm-hmm.
then why did you join the USA military force?
I can't answer that question. I can't answer that question.
Anytime you can be called for active duty. Anytime.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
not
question.
bad God, like your Messiah.
They get mad when you call them their daddy. They get mad when you call them their Messiah, or you call them, You tell them that that's their dear leader. They get mad at you when you say that. You know that,
I
right?
know that. I don't care.
Oh my goodness. Well, listen up, Goodman. I appreciate you. All right. I'm going to move on and maybe we can get some answers to those who you said, why did you join the military? Is that what your question was?
Yeah, why did you join?
Why did you join if you're afraid to actually engage in combat? That's a good question. That's a good question. All right. Well,
You should do a live on that.
I might do it. I might do it. And hopefully you could come help me out with it. All right. Now I got to move on.
I want to know those answers.
Well,
Why
hopefully.
did you join? Why?
I'm going to ask away. Thank you, Political Candy and Dolphin, for the subscriptions. All right. Well, Goodman, I'm going to move on. I believe we're going to get some answers. All right. I really do.
Okay, brother, just drop me down because I don't want to mess up your algorithm.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's Goodman. All right, Goodman. Just go ahead and give Goodman a round of applause. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I seen a couple out there. If you disagree with Goodman, come on up here. I'll talk to you. Who do I see? We have Errol King. Interesting. I sent you a guest request. Come right up into the box. I'll talk right to you real quickly. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. Don't be afraid. All right. You've asked for the truth. And as you can see, we're getting an overwhelming amount of truth out here. All right, Jackson, come on up here, Jack. Uh-oh, look at that. We might have 2 for the price of 1. Who do we have next? Let it patch through. Let it patch through. Democrat defenders. Oh my God. Errol King. Good morning. Jesus Christ, your
Good
connection.
morning. How are you?
All right, can you hear me? Your connection is taking a second to get
it
through,
bad?
but can you hear me? There's a lag. There's a lag. There's a lag. Send another guest request when you get some stronger Wi-Fi. All right, I see another guest request. All right, we'll bring up Beers723. Good morning. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
Good morning.
Hey, how are you? You voted for Trump, I suppose?
Yes, sir, I did.
Are you? What state are you in?
I'm in Maryland.
Maryland. All right. Shout out to Maryland. All right. All right. Did you? Is this your first time watching this show?
I watched you a couple times. I just couldn't get in the chat.
Okay. So you know how I get down. You know I don't play games. You know I'm a straight shooter. All right.
Yes,
and I don't got any reason to lie about anything. All right. So what is it that you wanted to bring up this morning, if you don't mind?
Well, about these missiles that you were referring to a little bit ago, I work for Fort Meade. I've been there 26 years now. It'll be 26 years in February.
So you're in the services.
Yes, and you were talking about a 22.
Trident 2.
What is it?
Trident 2.
Trident 2. Okay, yes. Well, you know
about those?
Well, I don't know my history on that, but I am doing stuff with airplanes. That's all I can tell you.
Oh, okay. All right. So let me ask you an honest question. Do you think the United States is capable of, actually going to war and successfully defeating Russia? Or do you think it's the other way around? Russia is most likely going to defeat the United States.
No.
Which one?
Oh, no, we will definitely take them out.
Because, you hear President Biden say things like, if Putin does anything with those tactical, because Putin is threatening to use tactical ends, right? And he says, if Putin does it, we will topple Moscow. Do you think Joe Biden is playing when he says stuff like that?
No, I don't.
Okay, I thought so. You are familiar with the concept of nuclear saber, I shouldn't say it, in the saber rattling. You know what that is, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
Could you explain to the viewers, especially MAGA, what the saber rattling is? Because they don't get this stuff.
Oh, geez. Well, what it is, they sit there basically like we were back in elementary school. You would say, hey, let me talk to Angel, and you say, no, let me talk to Renee. It's the same thing. It's just rattle back and forth.
Thank you. So they're not going. So you don't think Putin is really going to launch nukes, do you?
Absolutely not.
So where is this narrative that World War III is about to start coming from, based on what you understand? And again, you sound honest. I don't understand why you voted for Trump either.
Well, the thing is, the reason I did is, I'll be honest with you, is I voted for Biden like last 4 years, and I voted for Trump this year. It's because what we've been, and I've seen family after family after family, my friends' families, everything going down with the economy. So that's what my problem was, and that's why I did what I did. So,
honestly, you kind of regret it, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to give it a year, man. I'm going to give it a year, and then I might be calling you back.
But you can tell by his cabinet picks already that this is going to be a terrible 4 years. Like,
yeah, they're already getting fired. Matt Gaetz is already out. I mean,
what does that say about Trump as a leader?
Well, yeah,
You don't need, honestly, you don't need 4 years to figure out where this is going.
No, I said 1 year. 1 year.
Oh.
I need 1 year.
Well, you know what I think? In the first year, I think he's going to end up being impeached, honestly. But so you kind of already know this was a terrible thing you did. You do. What made you You saw the economy. What on earth is going on in the economy?
I've seen my friends lose their homes, their apartments. I mean, they can't afford it, man. It went from when Trump was in, they were living great, living fine, not great, but living fine, going, whatever, paycheck to paycheck, even back then. And now, when he came in, I've seen a lot of friends lose apartments, houses, everything.
Why do you think that happened? Because of Joe Biden? I was out actually visiting some friends online yesterday. They're in the Philippines, and believe it or not, the cost of living went up over there as well. This kind of happened after the pandemic. So don't you think maybe it wasn't Joe Biden after all? It was perhaps the pandemic and the impact it had on everyone on the planet? But, right?
Well, yeah, I can agree with that.
I mean, Joe Biden has been a pretty honest and straight up president. You don't hear about him doing and saying, silly things that endangers people's lives, like you saw with Donald Trump in his first term. And even if you
example what Donald Trump did to do that, I didn't quite catch that.
Well, okay, so there's two big things that I'd say outside of his impeachments. There's two major things that Donald Trump did while he was president that basically made me say there's just no amount of money you can pay me to give this guy a green light. The first thing was he lied about the dangers of the pandemic. That's a deal breaker, bro. That's a deal breaker. Bob Woodward came out with all that information, and it's like, wait a second. So you knew the truth, but you didn't want to tell us, the Americans? That's the one customer you should be honest with, which is us, the American people. And he chose not to because he wanted to make sure he had a good chance of getting reelected. And then the second thing is he lied to his supporters about the results of the election. He knew he lost. His own daughter told him, "Dad, you lost." And guess what he did? He led an insurrection against the United States government, despite all of that.
See, that's where I disagree right there. That was not an insurrection at all.
What would you call that?
I would call that the American people standing up for. They thought they were right, and they went and did what they had to do. I mean, they're saying that there was people that were killed there, and the only person that died that day was Ashley Babbitt. That was it.
Would Ashley Babbitt have been there if Donald Trump told the truth? By the way, thank you all for all the subscriptions. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. But would Ashley Babbitt have been there if Donald Trump told the truth?
Well, if he lost, I think she would have been there to support her president, yes.
He did lose.
Marjorie Greene. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
She was there for Marjorie Greene, not President Trump.
No. What is that again? So Ashley Babbitt went to the Capitol on January 6th to help Marjorie. I call her.
Not to help her. No, not to help her, because she said she was going to help, as in people supporting Trump.
Okay, so she's there to help Trump.
Yes.
Okay, so Trump had a Stop the Steal rally, right?
But that was made up. That didn't have anything to do with Trump. That was not him at all.
No, he actually put it on his Twitter account. Remember?
Well, he did put it on there, but he did not make that up. I knew the guy that did do that, though.
Who?
Well, you know him. He's in jail now.
Peter Navarro.
Yep.
He's not in jail right now, but yeah,
Well, he
Trump
was.
Trump authorized Peter Navarro to plan that event. And did Trump show up at the Stop the Steal rally?
No.
Yes, he did. He actually gave a
Which one?
speech at the Ellipse. Remember?
Oh, yeah, he was at the Ellipse. Yes. But that, I mean, there might have been
So-
some people there with the Stop the Steal signs and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Okay, so we
That's
have
not what that was.
So why would Donald Trump be having a rally after he lost an election? What's the purpose? See, this is okay. So beers. You know what it is. You don't want to be an American when you need to be an American. It's like your boots on the.
Reddest blooded American.
No,
you could
okay.
ever know.
So remember what Mike Pence said. All right. I hate to do this. This is something I've done so many times on my show. But listen to what Mike Pence said.
Irrespective of the indictment, I want the American people to know that I had no right to overturn the election. And then on that day, President Trump asked me to put him over the Constitution, that I chose the Constitution, and I always will. Anyone who puts themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States. And anyone who asks someone else to put themselves over the Constitution should never be President of the United States again. And what the President maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false. I dismissed it out of hand, but sadly the President was surrounded by a group of crackpot lawyers that kept telling him what his itching ears wanted to hear. And I had hoped that on this matter of January 6th that it wouldn't come to this.
Oh, well, see, so beer, whatever his name was, obviously that's just too much truth. It overwhelmed him. And he ran from the live. I didn't ask him to go. He just left on his own. You saw the teacup, and then he said, I got to get up out of here. Zeus is overwhelming me with so much truth. You know what? Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm up the Lake of Fire for that previous guest. Because he knows he's wrong, and he regrets voting for Donald Trump, all right? And you know what? It's too late, a little too late, a little too sorry. Let's go ahead and warm it up and send him into the Lake of Fire. Jackson, send me a guest request. I'll bring you right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Too Much Beers, I think that's what his name was, right? Let's give him a huge round of booze and shame.
Silence, you MAGA daily.
Hey, Rocco, I see you out there, Rocco. You're on the wrong side of history, pal. Just stick to being Weather Channel, Rocco. All right, you do real great lives when you're just covering weather events, but when you get into politics, you're a terrible person. All right, stick to doing what you're good at. All right. If you're a Trump supporter, please put a 1 in the chat. I'll bring you right on up. All right. I saw somebody say something. I see you, Takesha. All right. Let me see. Where is he at? Okay. It said I have to download something. What are you talking about, Jackson? What do you need to download? Are you a Trump supporter, Jackson? Jackson, are you a Trump supporter? I'm trying to make sure I see you. All right. Let's see where we're at. All right. It's too late. Yeah. A lot of you Trump supporters, you're on your way to where I say is you're on your way to hell. All right. You're going to be crying. Okay. All right. You say you're a Trump supporter, Jackson. I just sent you a guest request. All right. I see you, Dolphin. I see you. Come on up here, Jackson. I agree. In excess. I agree. They got duped, but these were people who were willing to be duped. So I don't really feel sorry for them. As much as if you were an innocent victim of all of these shenanigans, then I'd feel a little sorry for you. Jackson, I sent you a guest request, all right? And then I'm going to, don't deny it. If you were an innocent victim and you had no clue who Donald Trump was, I might be a little more, open heart and open-minded about how you were misled. But when we start asking you these questions and you know the answers to the questions and you start doing the whole duck and dodge routine and you start lying to me, I have zero remorse. My heart is basically frozen, all right? It's a frozen heart, all right? I'm heartless about that. You wanted a dictator. You wanted a liar. You wanted a warmonger, all right? You wanted all that and you're going to get it. All right. Yeah, you're going to get it with Donald Trump. And I'm going to sit back and I'm going to sit there and go, yeah, every step of the way. Nope. turn the temperature up a little more, Trump. Please continue to just give it to him. Yeah, don't worry. Make those egg prices go up, not just $1. Make it go up a few $10, right? Typical Democratic ignorance. Please, George, come on up here, George. George, come on up here. Don't just say, oh, Junior. All right, Junior. Oh, Junior, I can't even send you a guest request. All right. Let's bring up my next panelist. I'll bring you up, Takesha. All right, they don't want to talk to me this morning. I guess I've hurt their feelings a little too much. Hi, Takesha. How are you?
Hey Zeus, I'm a little hurt today because my Steelers lost to the Browns last night, so I'm going through right now.
I understand.
I'm going through, Zeus.
I'm so sorry.
Young people had a 2-8 record, and we got an 8-2, and you mean to tell me you let a little snow make us lose? What is wrong with my team, Zeus? Oh. I've been trying to get over it all night.
Don't worry.
I woke up with it still on my mind.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Wow.
It disappointed me last night. But anyway, Zeus. Hey, Zeus.
Yes, I'm listening.
Why are these people scared? Did not they vote in the big tough man they said that Putin is afraid of? Didn't they say only Donald Trump can fix it?
Yeah.
Didn't they say, basically once Putin knew Trump won, Putin was gonna sit down because he was scared?
Yeah.
What are they scared of? They got their man that they said can fix it all.
Yeah.
What are they afraid of, Zeus?
Anyone want to answer the question? Why are you afraid? Because
What are you scared of? What? You got the strong. You say Putin scared of Trump. That Putin would have never done what he did. Had Trump got in. What y'all scared of? Trump said he was gonna fix it. Not when he was sworn in, but when they announced him as the winner.
Yeah.
I mean, we know he ain't did that yet. But I'm just saying, wouldn't Putin be scared?
Yeah. Yeah, but it doesn't seem like he's scared when he's getting North Korean troops to come help him fight, and he's launching these ballistic missiles, right? It doesn't seem like Putin is scared.
Putin showed us he wasn't scared when he posted Melania's naked body all over the airwaves.
Oh, I remember that.
He showed Trump he wasn't scared. See, Trump has made up this man.
You hear this, Rocco?
That he wants to be. He's giving these people a facade that he is this strong man. But one thing I have learned about a bully.
What's that?
They just a bully. When push come to shove, they getting shoved and they getting pushed. And they ain't doing none of the pushing and shoving.
Yeah.
People with a loud mouth that always got something to say. 9 times out of 10, if you walk up on them in the street, they'll piss themselves, Zeus. And that's who Donald Trump is.
Yeah.
That man showed your wife's naked body, even though we all have seen it, all over the airways, and you ain't said nothing about it.
Exactly.
Nothing. But can't nobody even say you said your speech wrong without you coming for them and giving them a nickname.
Amen. Amen. Go ahead, Takesha. Go ahead, Takesha. This is what it's all about.
Zeus, you ain't said nothing to Vladdy. You ain't said nothing to Vladdy, who came out and said you were lying. That he hadn't been talking to you. You ain't said nothing to Vladdy. And you know why?
Why?
You can't. Because
They
you can't.
scared. They're
You can't say
scared.
nothing to that man.
Ain't that something?
Yeah, he run you. He run you like a marathon with some
Ooh,
ASIC gels on.
get him, Takesha.
Yeah, he running.
We know it.
President Trump, help us, President Trump. Please help. You the only one can fix it. Putin's scared of you, Trump. Help us out, President Trump. Okay, when he hears that I get elected, everything's gonna stop. Well, he's ramping it up, President Trump.
Ha!
Yeah.
Hey, did you say he's ramping it up? That's hilarious.
Ramping it up, President Trump.
This is one heck of a ramp up. I mean, we saw what happened with Matt Gaetz. I mean, this Pete Hegseth situation. I mean, you can't even get this thing off the ground.
Little frills and thrills ain't had no business trying to be nobody's nothing in nobody's administration, looking like the part of the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
Changing from Bill Bixby to the Incredible Hulk. Matt Gaetz needs to get somewhere and sit down, Zeus.
Oh, he gonna sit down. He's out of a seat, all right, and he's out of a job.
I'm so excited about it. He don't need to be in there no way.
Hey, you know what? Tell him, Takesha. Thank you, Trump, for getting rid of Matt Gaetz. I see what you
They've
did.
been giving away too long.
Yeah, yeah,
They don't even see these people don't even see what's going on.
yeah.
All they waiting on is Trump to be sworn in. And I pray they put him on a clean diaper before he take the oath of office so he
Oh,
can be clean.
yeah, yeah.
And
You're
when
right.
they get and listen, when them bills don't go down, when that gas go up and them hot dogs go from $3 to $5, and they can't have little Billy Bob a birthday party in the backyard.
Because they can't
Got a
afford
fence
it.
with the tie swing.
Yeah.
And Billy Bob can't eat no. They got to take some bainos and fry them up in the skillet and
Oh,
make them seem
like
like they hot
that.
dogs.
Yeah.
And
I
that's all
remember
they
them
gonna be able to
days.
afford. Then
Yeah.
they gonna be complaining, Zeus, and I'm gonna be sitting on the porch turning my head.
Oh my God! So you're gonna be so let's just go down that path. All right, 6 months to a year, MAGA realizes the economy is getting worse. You're saying you ain't gonna be crying and shedding tears with them.
Zeus, it ain't gonna even be 6 months, my boy. It ain't gonna even take 6 months, Zeus. It gonna take about 2 to 3 months, Zeus. They gonna be crying. They gonna be hitching their wagons. They gonna be around here.
She's not lying.
They gonna be trying to go to the A&P gas station and buy their groceries. They ain't gonna even be able to afford this, Zeus. And then they gonna look at us.
Look
And
at
we gonna
us
turn our heads.
like this.
Yeah.
Are we gonna actually do the cover our eyes too?
You ain't gotta cover your eyes, Zeus. You just turn your head. Because
Don't
that's
we-
what they did to us when we asked them to vote for change. They turned their head.
They
So
sure
we
did.
gonna turn our heads. Zeus.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn. Yeah, you right, Takesha. You right. Because I can't do nothing with them because look at what they've done to themselves. I mean, we tried our
They did
hardest.
to themselves.
That
Zeus.
part.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're spot on. I mean, a lot of folks out there they're upset with you. I see a couple of them crying and
So
saying
you
you're.
think I don't care about nobody being upset with me. Zeus.
We don't care. We don't care. But do you think it makes you? Huh?
Get what Takesha gonna do.
What you gonna do?
Say exactly what she want to say, regardless of what anybody say in the comments.
Amen. Well, listen, I appreciate you. All right, Takesha, because you
Well,
told.
you're so very welcome.
You told the truth and you shamed the devil, and you know how these people get. They think that they're winning because they got Trump, but they're not winning. You and I, we're smiling, we're enjoying ourselves. They're still crying.
They ain't finna do nothing, Zeus, but go get an Elvis Presley suit and buy that guitar Trump singing. And then Trump, that guitar Trump selling now.
Oh, yeah.
Get them a little Elvis Presley suit, and they gonna start singing "I Can't Help Falling in Love with You."
Takesha, you are good. Thank you so much. All right, and you know what? Maybe we can help get them those guitars and those watches. Right? I mean, all they need is about an extra $200,000 or
None of my money is
$300,000.
going for that, Zeus. No.
No, okay. Well, we're gonna make sure they do the fundraising and the grift to get the money. We're not paying a crying dime. You know how we do. All right,
Exactly.
but we'll help them find out where to go get those guitars and watches and make sure they got that $200,000. All right.
Yes, we will. Yes,
Thank you.
We will, Zeus.
All right. Well, listen. Thank you so much, Takesha, ladies and gentlemen.
All
W
right,
Takesha in the chat. Show Takesha some love. Let's give her a huge round of applause. See, this is what we do. Thank you so much, Takesha. This is what we do, ladies and gentlemen. We tell the truth and we shame the devil. All right. Now, that was a good mutual of mine. Now, if there's a Trump supporter out there that wants to push back on any of this truth that we've just unloaded on this show, by all means, please put a 1 in the chat or send me a guest request. I'll let you come up here and try your best to refute what we've been saying. But as far as I'm concerned, you're going to be digging yourself out of a nasty ditch. All right. Put a 1 in the chat if you are a Trump supporter. All right. Who do we have next? Ladies and gentlemen, who do we have next? You don't say truth. Oh, I do say truth. Rel, I sent you a guest request, champ. Come on up in the box, and we will talk. All right, Rel, how you doing?
Hey Zeus, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to put the 1. You know, man, I don't support the orange man. My bad.
Oh, okay. I thought so you just did a nice little joke. Well, listen, brother.
Yeah, I just want to say hello, man. I watch the show every morning, man.
All right.
Get up here.
All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you, bro. But go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and get back to drilling. Drill, baby,
Yes,
drill.
sir.
That's,
Hey,
all
you
right.
keep doing God's work, man. Much love to you. Much love and support, my brother.
All right,
Yes, sir.
and you too. Honestly, thank you again, Relly Rail. I appreciate it. W Relly Rail in the chat. All right, if you're a Trump supporter, put a 1 in the chat. All right, I'll talk to you. Don't worry. We'll lower those taxes. All right. Good morning. Who do we have? Creative Ink Studios. W in the chat for Creative Ink Studios. Welcome, my brother. Good morning. I'm gonna just call you Nuts. All right. Nuts.
Yeah. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna call you Nuts. That's okay, right?
Yeah, you can call me whatever you want.
Thank you. All right. I just want to be respectful. All right. So what brings you to the show? Because I saw you sent me a guest request, and I think between me and Takesha so far and others, I think we've basically covered all bases. And so I'm just concerned about what we may have missed from your point of view.
Yeah, I mean, you said that Putin's ramping up, right? You're obviously not.
I said
playing
saber
into that.
rattling. There's saber rattling. I used that term. Remember?
I don't know.
You don't remember when I said he's doing the saber rattling? You know, that means he's, acting like he's going to do something, but he doesn't want any smoke with the United States of America and NATO. Trust me.
Yeah,
But
well, it doesn't-
he's doing a heck of a job getting Trump supporters scared, which to me is so bizarre because you would think because we live in the most powerful country on the planet, they wouldn't be so scared. But I don't get it.
I mean, Putin and Zelensky are both talking about how they're willing to work with Trump.
I didn't hear that.
de-escalate, but it doesn't, help when the president signs off on NATO, doing strikes on Russia. So
It actually does. It actually does. It's like a bully in the playground realizing that he can be touched. And you know what that does? It makes you think, it makes you go, oh, maybe I need to reassess what I'm doing because obviously what I thought I was going to do isn't working. For instance, he thought he was going to be able to get in there and topple Kyiv in 5 days. Remember this? Did that happen? No. You know why it didn't happen? Because of President Joe Biden, the one you all like to hate.
Well, you just called Trump a warmonger, but
He is. Because, they had to always talk him out of doing silly things while he was in the White House. Every situation he got into with our adversaries and with our allies, you know what he wanted to do? Press the red button. Oh my goodness. You know this about Trump. Trump doesn't know a thing about being in the military. All right. His Vietnam, you know what his Vietnam was? You don't know either, do you?
what Trump's Vietnam?
Yeah, he said he had a Vietnam experience. You know what it was?
Enlighten me.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can get it queued up for you, all right? Because I don't want to make it up, and it's always better when you hear it straight from him.
Right. Now, getting back to dating, right? And when you got to say to a woman, hey, listen, you got to go to my personal doctor, and I'm going to have you checked out. Is that a tough thing to say to a woman, or you just got the balls to say it?
You know, I tell you, it's amazing. I can't even believe it. I've been so lucky,
right,
in terms of that whole world.
You've never gotten a social disease.
It is a dangerous world out there.
It is.
Scary. It's like Vietnam, sort of like, the Vietnam era.
It is your personal Vietnam, isn't it?
It is my personal
It is. You've said that many
I feel
times.
like a great and very brave soldier.
A lot of guys.
You hear that?
I don't even know the context of what they were talking about before.
Of course you don't. Of course you don't. He's talking about not getting any of those social diseases from dating.
Okay.
He said that was his personal Vietnam. This is the guy. You think this guy is really able to get in the ring with Putin? Come on, bro. Get out of here.
Well, I mean, if you just
I'm trying to be civil. I'm trying to be as civil as possible. But when people get up here and they start bashing President Biden and trying to make Trump look like he's something he's not, it just grinds my gears a bit,
Well, yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying, and you could say all this much about whatever Trump says, this or that, but at the end of the day, who's been closer to starting war, or we're basically in a proxy war, getting more and more to it, being involved in a direct war, because Biden just sanctioned NATO strikes in Russia, so you could say what you want about Trump and how he makes you feel or whatever, but at the end of the day, actions are different than words, and we've never been closer to war under Democrats, so call him a warmonger all you want, but doesn't make the point true.
I mean, you can say Biden did X, Y, and Z, But as far as I'm concerned, you know who started this conflict, right?
Pardon?
Who started the conflict?
The Ukraine-Russia conflict?
Yeah.
Putin.
Yeah. And don't we have an agreement to come help our allies? Isn't that the right thing to do? So now that we're fulfilling our obligations, your claim is what? Your claim is what? We shouldn't have done that because now it makes us get closer
The right
to
thing
war.
to do is de-escalate on both sides. The right thing to do is not start a war or
What should President Biden do? He should
not
let
sanction
Putin,
strikes on Russia.
so he should let Russia just steamroll all over Europe without having any consequences.
Well, this is the problem when you don't have a strong president who's capable of forming a sentence or two, consecutively.
And that's why I push
no
back
one respects him because how can you respect somebody? My grandmother had before she passed away about 2 weeks ago. She had
Oh, well, I'm
dementia.
sorry to
I
hear
wouldn't-
that. I'm sorry to
Thanks.
hear that,
I wouldn't put
honestly.
her behind the wheel of a car because I know of her mental incapacity. You know what I mean?
What books
Her
have
lack
you
of-
read? What books have you recently read? Have you read the book Bob Woodward has just released called War? Have you read that?
No, I haven't.
I would encourage you to go check it out because you'll find out that behind the scenes, President Biden has no signs of dementia. Every single step, every single action that the United States has taken in response to Putin invading this country, President Biden has been intimately involved in it. And actually, he's displayed he has way more understanding about the relationship between the United States and Russia than most of his advisors. Where you getting this narrative from? I have no clue. But like I said earlier, like I said earlier, Putin was trying to do this in 5 days, and he's failed. Whether
Why did they drop Biden for Kamala Harris then? If this meant
that's a completely different situation. But
well, you're making it seem like he's mentally competent when
Yeah,
the reason
because-
he was dropped is because he's mentally incompetent.
Biden has never wanted to escalate this conflict. Even before Russia
He just did.
Listen to what I'm saying. Even before Russia went into Ukraine, Biden and his administration did everything they could to help Putin understand that this was a terrible idea and it made no sense, including getting the allies involved to make sure Putin understood, like, hey, we have eyes and ears. We know what you're about to do. Putin lied. And, oh, no, you don't know what we're about to do. And Biden let him know, if you do, this is what we're going to do. One, you already seen it. We've gotten more member countries inside of NATO, right? So NATO has gotten bigger, which is kind of interesting because Putin said that's why he invaded, right? Because NATO was getting closer and closer. Well, guess what? You got it. So that's one thing. But he was supposed to topple Kyiv in 5 days. He didn't do it. Guess why? Because President Biden has been making sure we'll support Ukraine, but we're not going to go over the top and just give Ukraine the authority to just go straight in there and do everything they want to do, right? So he's been real measured about what types of support systems and what type of defenses we are giving Ukraine in order to help them defend themselves. You should thank President Biden, to be quite honest. Honestly, because you don't know what you don't know. And for me, I ask every single one of you Trump supporters, if we're the most powerful country in the world, do you believe that?
Yes.
Why are you so scared?
I don't want senseless death.
Why?
Anyone in the world.
Okay, but Russia is the bully right now, correct?
You could look at it that way.
They're the ones that they're the ones that kicked all of this off over there. They could have stayed where they were and just simply said, we're not going to invade a sovereign country. But they decided, we're not going to play by those rules. We're going to do what we like to do because that's what we do. Putin, the war criminal, they're thugs. And that's what he did. You're saying the United States should have just laid back and said, you know what? We're scared of Russia. And we got the most powerful military on the planet. Come on, man. You know that doesn't make sense.
Well, I think they saw, weakness in the transition from
No,
Trump
no.
administration to the Biden administration.
What-
so they
whatever
knew that
you-
nothing would really happen. And,
Okay. Well, okay, but that's your opinion, right? That's your opinion. You think they saw weakness. Whatever you think that they saw, it doesn't change what I've said. It didn't actually work out the way they thought it was going to work out, because if it was true weakness, NATO wouldn't have gotten bigger and the United States wouldn't be supporting Ukraine. And this would have all been done in 5 days. So if you perceive weakness and you get your rear end handed to you, what does that say? You miscalculated. A lot of people are interpreting President Biden's whatever as weakness, and they're finding out the hard way. And I think that's actually indicative of what's going to happen, honestly, when Trump gets into office. You're going to find out Donald Trump is actually the weak one. He has no understanding of how our military works. He doesn't understand how important it is to have good relationships with our allies. Right?
I disagree. And not just allies, people who you would consider to be our enemy. North Korea,
he cozies up to them.
Historic peace deals, you know.
Remember those love
in the
letters?
Middle East.
Remember those love letters he wrote to Kim Jong-un? It's like he's playing for the wrong team.
I don't think it's a bad idea to have.
He led an insurrection
on our side.
He couldn't even do the, Joe Biden. As much as you like to say he's he actually engaged in the peaceful transfer of power. You saw that, right? That's Trump, and then that's Biden right there. They sat down together, and Biden says, "I'm handing it over to you." That's not a sign of weakness to me.
I wouldn't say so either.
That's a sign of strength.
I thought that was good to see.
So Trump couldn't do it. You know that, right?
Nor do I think he should have, to be honest.
Why shouldn't he? It's not a sign.
The election was very suspect. I'm not saying one thing.
But listen, it's a sign of. You said it's a sign of strength for a president to do, right? Engage in the peaceful transfer of power. That's a sign of strength.
In this context, yes.
In all contexts.
In a free and fair election, I believe that's.
Listen, all of our elections have been free and fair. Whether you want, okay, fine. That's your opinion. But at the end of the day, every president has done it except him. And I don't care what you think, honestly. I don't care what you think. It's a sign that Donald Trump is weak, because you and I also know he lied to his supporters about the results of that election. He lured the loyalists of his supporters to the Capitol and got them all imprisoned. That's weakness. Because the right thing would have been, hey, as much as I want to dispute this, and I had those 60 court cases, and they all said basically I lost, the right thing would have been to just concede and get up out of there and engage in the peaceful transfer of power and not put his loyal supporters through all of that hell. But only a week.
They're going to be free day one, so.
Well, what if he doesn't free them? Then what?
We already talked about how that's his intention. So.
What if he doesn't free them?
Mind you, have been held largely in solitary confinement, which is. Illegal, so.
Okay, but you know what's so fascinating? It's like you all, when your people get sentenced or indicted, sentenced, and convicted, there's all these technical fouls y'all want to call about how the process went, but you don't do any of that when it comes to other people, right? For instance, Laken Riley's unalive, the situation right now, right?
Of course.
Yeah. Do you have any mercy for him? I seen a bunch of posts all over X. MSNBC has this headline, because they said he never stood a chance. And you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe that. But I'm like, y'all knew he was guilty before the verdict came out. You were ready to bury him. And if he's guilty, and because he is, yeah, do it, fine. But keep that same energy when y'all get caught too. You can't just sit there and try to pretend like crime is only a crime when everyone does it except you.
I mean, I'm just not conflating different cases, I think the Laken Riley case is certainly a lot different.
Do you think it was a two-tier justice system? With the Laken Riley case, was that a two-tier justice system, or was that justice?
It was certainly justice.
I figured.
I don't think it's enough justice, but yeah.
I figured. So the things that happened with your cult leader, Donald Trump, was that a two-tier justice system?
What's up with the cult thing? People are always saying Trump supporters are in a cult. What's up with that?
You know why. I think, I think you've learned enough at the feet of Zeus this morning, all right? Nuts.
No, but I mean,
I think I've
had time to be part of a cult. Like, I wake up, I go to work, I get home, I spend time with my friends and family. At what point am I in a cult? I just don't understand.
Well, listen, how much of the stuff that I've shared with you today do you agree is true?
I think you've made some good points, some points that I agree on, certainly. But I'm just curious. I hear this point made all the time that I'm in a cult. I just don't understand.
Well, the reason that I say you're in a cult is because your leader can do no wrong in your eyes, and you will still be by his side. So, like, for instance, the pandemic, he led a lot of you to super spreader events.
Black Lives Matter, in the thick of all the coronavirus stuff, was in the millions of people out packed in the streets within inches of each other. You're not saying that that wasn't a super spreader event?
That could have been a super spreader. That could have been, if you were mass gatherings during the pandemic, that's a bad idea. Yeah, but as the president of the United States, you're held to a different standard, correct?
I suppose yeah.
Yeah, you're the commander in chief. Leadership starts at the top. And and if he sets the tone that this is acceptable, then as far as I'm concerned, that might have been why BLM did what they did, because they saw him basically having no regards for science. Again, it all starts and ends with Donald Trump. All right?
I mean, I don't know.
That's just how the real world works. You know what I mean?
If I was going to go join a cult, I would, probably move away from where I was. I would go to wherever they operate, and I would separate from my family. The only people separating from their family, especially in this case based on politics, is people on the left. You're telling people, don't go to holiday get-togethers with Trump supporters, stop associating with them, divorce your Republican husband, your Trump-supporting husband. So that seems a lot more cultish to me. And then the whole,
but who's the leader?
Into changing genders and using chemical castration drugs, that seems a lot more culty to me as well, and that's not what we're doing on our side. So, I mean, you could say that we're...
I just put that as... I just put all of that, most of what you said, I put all of that as personal preference. Again, when we're saying cult leaders, you got to give me a person that is instructing people to do all of that. Who's telling everyone to do all that? That's not the same as Donald Trump telling his supporters what to do, because whatever Trump says, we got an identifiable leader with this situation, all right? We got evidence, all right? He led you to the Capitol on January 6th. I mean, he lies to you and you all still lick it up. You're still going to smell his dirty diaper no matter what. He could do no wrong. Name one thing Donald Trump has done wrong.
Name one thing Donald Trump has done wrong. I think he could have handled January 6th better. And in a lot of cases, the way he phrases things, even if he has good intentions with it. The way he
give me an example. What's the worst thing Donald Trump has done in your eyes?
The worst thing he's done?
The worst thing.
I mean, just in general, probably like the support of Israel.
That's it? That's a interesting answer. Nothing else?
There's other things I could probably say, and just to be clear, I don't support Palestine either. I think these people have been, fighting for.
But you know what you did. You know what you just did, right? You ignored a whole lot of stuff before we even got to international conflict. I mean, Jesus Christ. You don't got anything a little more on the personal level about his behavior that you could point out and look at and say, this is just detestable. I couldn't deal with this.
I mean, like the grab him comments, like that kind of stuff. Is that what you're referring to? Like the things he says? Just like
what about some of the... Well, he says a lot of nasty things, right? I mean, what do I got up here?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be...
Remember this one?
If Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Yeah, the guy says some weird, distasteful shit.
Well, keep it clean. We don't curse now.
I'm sorry. He says some distasteful things. And
what about E. Jean Carroll and the essaying of those... This says 26, 27. I don't know. It's probably 30 or 40 at this point. All these women who said he's essayed them. They said he got octopus hands. That doesn't turn you off about him, right?
I mean, if they want to take that through court, I know a lot of it, statute of limitations is off on that. But, if they have a case on that, then...
Well, this has been a good conversation because you've proved my point. I don't think there's a thing Donald Trump can do to you or do that you would actually say, you know what, that's just a bridge too far, which is why I say you're in a cult. You get it now? And thank you for giving me those honest answers, because I really do believe you don't see the wrong Donald Trump does as an issue. It's not a deal breaker to you. So that's why I say you're in a cult. That's why I say you're possessed with the MAGA demon. You got me? Now, if you actually grow a little spine and do what Mike Pence did, you know, and say, hey, this guy is no good to be president. If you grew some spine and did that, I'd retract my statement right here on the spot. But you voted for him already, right?
Yeah, 3 times.
Nasty work. Nasty work. Yeah, that's nasty work, bro. You're in for a rude awakening, all right? And I do hope Donald Trump. I hope Trump delivers. Huh?
What happens if he absolutely comes out and crushes it and everything goes well? Are you going to look at last year's statements and
come back to me. Come back to me. I'll stand corrected. Come back to me. I'll stand corrected. Yeah.
I wonder if the government will take donations. Maybe you'd consider donating the difference in the amount that you save or whatever.
Well, we'll get to that. When we get to that bridge, we'll cross it together. How about that? But like I said, I'm not projecting a lot of good things coming out of this administration, especially already seeing that Matt Gaetz is already withdrawn. Come on, the turnover has already started. I'm like, get ready. Get ready. All right. He has a track record of being a criminal. It's not like he's all of a sudden been rehabilitated and he's going to follow the rules now. He's just going to do whatever he wants to do.
Convicted of anything?
Huh?
Has Matt Gaetz ever been convicted of anything? I mean, a DUI, I saw that, but...
Oh, okay. We're back to that again. Again, I want you to go back and think of...
They just had to rescind their statement on The View, make illegal, rescind that because they said that he was a human trafficker. And they had to come out and completely clarify that he's never been convicted of anything.
It doesn't matter. Like I said, you're going to look out for your own. I get it. But you and I both know you don't keep that same energy when it's other folks being in the criminal justice system, because you don't. I've never heard you once defend the unaliver of Lake and Riley before the conviction. Not one time did you all come up here and say, "Well, this guy is not being given a fair shot." You never did anything like that. So
why would we? The guy shouldn't have even been here.
Because to be consistent, to be consistent about your claims about the justice system not being fair, you got to be consistent. You just can't do it when it's your person. That's my only argument. That's the thing.
Apples and oranges argument with a criminal trial and a civil trial.
No. Now listen, Nuts. You and I, we've spoken for quite a bit. I actually think we could talk for a long time. Because obviously you need more information from Big Zeus. But I got to move it on. I hope some of the information that I've shared with you at least sinks in and it stops you dead in your tracks. It stops you from being an enabler of wrong. All right? All right, Nuts? All right. Thank you for being a respectful Trump supporter on the show. Seriously, because I did what I could and you stuck to it. All right? But you're wrong. All right?
Have a nice day.
All right, you have a nice day. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Nuts. All right, and he's clearly nuts for Donald Trump. All right, do we throw him in the lake of fire, ladies and gentlemen? Lake of fire, yes or no, please. He was not. He was respectful. He was respectful to Zeus. All right, he was. I'm trying to see. What are we at? Where are we at? What do I see? Yes. Nuts, the audience has spoken. This is a democracy, and we are led by the people. Ladies and gentlemen, let's warm it up. Nuts, you sound like a good person, honestly. But fortunately, that MAGA demon has done a number on you, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving him a huge round of, you guessed it, boos and shame. Come on back, Nuts. Come on back, Nuts.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
If you all would just keep that same energy about our justice system with all Americans, I would actually say, you know what? You got a point. But it's just so amazing how when they're people of color and they're not MAGA, throw the book at them. Throw the book at them, bottom of the jail, let them ride the white lightning. That's how you treat them. Just how you treat us. But when it's one of yours, see, you got Zeus, you got to get that calculus book out, and you got to open it up, and you got to start learning how to do all that other stuff over here. Because see, this is you want to start trying to trick us into making us think it's not what it is. We know what you're up to, and it's not working. All right. All right. Let's see. Who do we have? Who do we have next in the box? All right. I see who we have. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. I will bring up, who do I have next? Jams Ride. Welcome, champ. How are you doing?
Hey Zeus, what's happening, man? How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. We're waiting for Trump to become president officially so that this show can start, right?
Right. Yeah, exactly. So the circus can begin. Hey
Yeah.
man, check this out. I just want to cook for a couple minutes, man. When I hear all these people talk about how the economy was so great under Trump, people forgot about the rent moratorium. People forgot about the unemployment checks that they was getting, the stimulus checks, and they was getting all that money while everybody was sitting at home. Of course, the economy is gonna do great. Nobody's really doing anything, and everybody has money. This is a no-brainer. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna say, Zeus.
Talk to him.
Donald Trump and the Republicans really want to make America great again. Check this out. Give the people more money, give the people more jobs. Don't go against,
Tell him,
don't
Jam.
check it out. Don't be blocking votes and stuff that's gonna help people to get more jobs. Don't be blocking $15 an hour minimum wage. Don't be blocking health care. Don't be blocking student loan debt relief. It's a bunch of nonsense. How can you people say that you want all these things and all these things are right here in your face, and then you say you don't want them? Make it make sense, Zeus.
Take the money that
These
they
people
claim we're giving Ukraine and don't give them anything and just give it all to the black folks out here that need it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Give it to us, like, and we'll show you how to put it to work. This is
Bingo.
such nonsense. It's like, I mean, who do they think they're fooling, dude? Like, and then all these people, half of them ain't read Project 2025. It's the worst atrocity ever created to man. If you read the first 10 pages, you would be in terror. You understand what I'm saying, man? Like, this is like, I know the people in this country have more common sense than this, man. I
Yeah.
swear, like, you can't say that you want all these things, and then the people that you elect, all of these new Republican senators that all these people so graciously put back in power to put their foot on their necks again.
Right there.
And
They
if
put it
they
right
really
there on
were
their
going
neck.
to help you, if they were really going to help you, why are they taking votes already against you? Make it make sense.
Tell them. Tell
I
them.
mean, this nonsense has to stop, y'all. And then for people to talk about Miss Harris wasn't saying enough, wasn't doing enough, blah, blah, blah. She told you everything. And it still wasn't enough. Meanwhile, this guy's singing, dancing on stage to Ave Maria and making jokes and clapping and making
Wow.
clowning itself. And y'all put the clown in power and think that you're going to have something different. Y'all need to cut it out. This is Zeus, this is the Twilight Zone, and I'm telling you, man, if these people don't wake up this next election cycle in 20 in the next 2 years and vote the Republicans out of power, you're going to continue to get the same thing. The Republicans literally have done nothing for you in the last 16 years. Obama tried to help you, what they do? They blocked all the legislation. Joe Biden's
Ooh.
trying to help you, what they do? Block all the legislation and then say he's not doing anything. You gotta love it. Republicans in red states, please wake up.
Thank
Smell
you.
the coffee brewing on the stove. I
Yeah.
love you. I love
What do
us
you
all as
Jams?
people.
What do you
Yes, sir.
say to these black folks getting up here and they're complaining
Oh, man.
about? Because I got no love in my heart
Zeus,
for them.
Zeus, 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 let me get them together real quick. To all my black sisters and brothers that played yourself, you're going
Oh,
to want to play yourself. You haven't even realized what Project 2025 is. They're literally inching closer and closer to going back to slavery, and you didn't even realize it. They're doing it right in your face. And once again, no Republicans on
nasty.
here can name me any positive policy that has been passed by Republicans in Congress that benefit the people in the 99%. So who are we playing with? This is a game. And if you're not smart enough to be in the game, don't vote.
Oh,
Unless you're
cooked.
voting for the people that's going to you to advance and evolve and prosper in this country so you can become the greatest, best version of yourselves. I'm
Amen.
sick of this nonsense, Zeus. It has to
Thank
stop,
you.
man.
It
This
has to.
nonsense got to stop. Tell my sister Takesha, always keep cooking. I follow you, my sister. I hope you follow me back. But we got work to do, y'all. All of
Amen.
us that understand how the system works and how civics work, we need to explain it to the people in the red states. And if the Democrats really want to advance, they need to go into these red states and all these red districts and talk to these people and explain it to them. Because what I'm noticing, because I'm in Georgia right now and I'm from Chicago, I'm in
Amen.
Georgia right now. These
Amen.
people are not, they're not understanding.
They don't.
And I want all my sisters and brothers to come together because the moment the 99% come together, that's the moment that this country changes for the
Amen.
better. You can't
Amen.
keep giving rich people all of the money in the world and think they're gonna give it to you. They don't care. I got a lot of rich friends, and I asked them, I said, how you do that? I said, won't you help me? They said, no, I'm not helping you. You gotta figure it out. Watch me
Oh,
and figure it out. They don't want to help you. They don't want to see you prosper and do all those things
they
because
don't
they
want
feel
you in the
like you're
same
gonna be
clubs they go to.
that's it. That's it, man.
They
And
don't
you
want you
got to
there.
understand this, man. This nonsense has got to stop, man. I will not stand by. I will not sit back and allow this shenanigans to continue. Every time I hear somebody say something silly, I'm going to expose it. Enough is
Amen.
enough. Now, if
Amen.
you really want health care, vote for health care. You want a better education, vote for the people that's going to give it to you. Don't vote for the people that's trying to take it away from you.
Amen.
Period. All right. I
Amen.
love you, Zeus.
All right.
Just had to
Love you
get that out,
too.
man.
Thank
This
you,
one.
brother.
All
Thank you,
right, brother.
brother. Ladies
Pass
and
it on.
gentlemen,
Hey, oh,
Jams Ride, positive vibe. Give him a round of
hey,
applause.
Zeus.
Yes, sir.
One thing, one more thing before I go.
Yes, sir.
Everybody out there, always remember your ego ain't your amigo. Be guided by your spirit and not driven by your ego. One love, brother.
Amen.
Peace.
Amen. One love to you, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. No lies. No lies detected. And this is what this is all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's about being positive, getting love out there, telling the
Absolutely,
truth,
man.
and
Absolutely,
shaming.
man. Absolutely, man. Because the moment we come together, that's what they fear the most. That's
Yep.
what they fear the most. So why don't we give them the
Cut
thing
it
that
out,
they fear
alter
the most?
ego.
Us coming together, especially our people. The moment we come
Amen.
together, it's a danger to the world, not just America,
Amen.
to the world, and they know it. That's why they keep us divided and keep us fighting each
Little
other.
Miss Petty, thank you so much. All
This
right.
nonsense has to stop. I love y'all all,
All
everybody
right.
here, man. Be blessed, be well, be safe, and happy holidays, Zeus.
All right.
Got
Happy
you, bro.
holidays to you as well, ladies and gentlemen. Jams Ride, the positive vibe. Let's give him another huge round of applause. No lies detected. All right. I mean, as you can see, it's nothing but positive energy coming from the Democrats out here, despite what's out there now, right? You would have thought the Democrats would be crying all over TikTok. We're not crying at all. We're sitting here going, okay, you may have won the battle, but don't worry. We're going to win the war, right? All right. All right, now if you're a Trump supporter, please put a one in the chat. You know what we'll do. We'll help you get your debts paid down, and we'll lower your taxes. All right, because you know what we're gonna do. We're gonna drill, baby, drill. All right, all right, all right. Let's see, Lovely, come on up here, Lovely. How are you doing? You're a Trump supporter? Oh, huh?
Always vote for the winner.
Are you a Trump supporter, Lovely?
Yes, I am.
Oh, what part of the country are you in?
I'm in Kentucky.
All right, shout out to Kentucky. I had a grandfather that lived out in Kentucky, in Wingo, Kentucky. I don't know if you know where that's at. You know where that's at? No, okay, I don't know. But so maybe I can feel a little sorry for you because you're in Kentucky. But why did you vote for such a terrible? I don't even want to say it. Why did you vote for Trump?
Have you seen all of these fake charges falling up? Just like the 34 felony charges. He's not a felon. I tried to tell you all. Trump was getting back in. The prophet said God is going to put Trump back in. They done told him that. We tried to tell you all. You wouldn't listen. You're listening to the devil. And God is the true God. Satan is just a wannabe. He'll never be God. And you guys are being fooled. He's the author. I mean, he is the father of
Do you?
lies.
Okay, so Lovely. Let's break this down. Do you go to church every Sunday or something like that? Where are you getting all this spiritual stuff
Every
from?
Sunday and Wednesday for 63 years, yes.
Okay, all right. And you've been in that same church, or have you
The
gone
same
out?
church, we just turned 108 years old.
Got it. Do you go out and minister anywhere?
We have, yes. We went out and ministered. Yes, we have.
Okay, because Jesus was kind of into that too. He didn't
Yes,
stay
yes.
in one spot. He
Right,
got
right.
out there
You
and
got to
talked to the
go.
people.
Absolutely.
Okay, all
Got to get
right.
the word out to the world, not just underneath one roof.
And so that means you're born again.
Oh, yes, of course.
You've been baptized.
I've been baptized, yes.
Okay,
And
okay.
by water and by the Spirit.
All right, all right. And so the Bible talks about not assembling with folks that don't look like they're on the right side. Abstain from the appearance of evil.
Yes, yes.
You know about that.
Yes.
So do you need a judge to tell you somebody's good or bad, or should you be able to
A
figure that out?
corrupt judge? No, we could see them corrupt judges, the Democrat judges, right through it. Yes,
But
that's why their charges are falling off to the wayside. Trump has not been convicted of anything. You know why? Because they're false. They're
But I haven't. The Bible never said anything about Democrat or Republican.
no, the Republicans are on it too. Remember, Trump
Remember,
said
but there was no Democrats or Republicans in the Bible, correct?
no.
Okay. I really want to talk about the relationship that you have with the good Lord a little bit, and then we can get into some politics because you brought that up.
God does want us to put, He wants us to put the right people in. And even if we don't, guess what? He'll do it himself. If we don't get out and vote the right people in, then guess what? God will step in for us and do it for us. Because sometimes, every day we fall short of the glory of God.
You see what's happening right now, right? You got to try the spirit by the spirit right now, and so you obviously can sense that I got the spirit in me.
Well,
and you're getting a little nervous.
And I'm not judging. I can't judge.
And you're getting a little nervous. And I haven't even begun.
Oh no, I will walk straight up to Satan's face because my God is bigger. And I'm not calling you Satan. Don't get me wrong there. But they're not intimidating me at all.
Okay. Well,
you're better than me.
I don't think I'm better than you, but I'm one of those what they call truth seekers.
I am as well.
All
and
right.
My God, Jesus Christ, and He talks to me because I walk with Him.
When the last time Jesus talked to you, though?
Oh, He talks to me on a daily. And guess what? All these charges are fake. That's why they're falling off. And guess what? They're true criminals are going to prison. Watch, mark my words.
But didn't Jesus get put in prison? Didn't He get put in prison?
Exactly.
So Jesus was a criminal.
And
So
No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Jesus was perfect, but it was liars like these Democrats and Republicans that lied on him and put him in there. But did he stay? No. And did he stay in the grave? No. No, we serve a risen Jesus.
Okay, lovely. What if I were to tell you, you might have to go back and revisit those scriptures again because you're getting a lot of things wrong. What if I were to tell you that what's going on here? Because you don't need a judge to tell you somebody's bad. You don't need a Democrat or Republican to tell you somebody's bad. You should be able to rightfully divide the word, right? Based on, and you got to let the Holy Spirit teach you.
That's right.
Okay.
Wait on the Holy Spirit. That's what I did.
Okay. So let's slow down right there real quick, if you don't mind. I mean, I'm not an expert at all of this, but you have a person that the Spirit has revealed to you has committed sin, cheating on their wife.
Absolutely. Yes, just like David did, and God made him a king. Go on. And David was a murderer too. Did you know that? Yeah, and God made him a king. Go ahead. Go on.
So you're saying Trump is David?
That's what they're calling him. That prophetess said, God said, that's my David.
So what about you? What about you and those itching ears that you have? Because
I don't have itchy ears. I study my word, and the Spirit teaches
me.
Okay.
Okay, so your claim is God told you to support Donald Trump because Donald Trump's sins are like David's sins.
No, not all of them. No, but we're all sinners, including you. And
let me ask you about this Laken. Do you know who Laken Riley is? Do you know who Laken Riley is, lovely?
Yes, I do. Well, I've heard.
Okay, what about her unaliver, the guy that has just been found guilty? What did God?
They had proof, but they have nothing on Trump. Go ahead. They
No, no,
never
no.
fought for anything.
But
No,
remember you said David was a unaliver.
mhm.
So
But God, he
doesn't that
repented.
same logic apply to this immigrant?
He repented.
Okay, so if the immigrant that unalived Laken Riley repents, then you and that immigrant, you're good with them now.
Oh, I'm good with immigrants.
No,
Hey,
the one that unalived Laken Riley and was found guilty. The
I
one
get
that
to
was
forgive
recently
him.
found guilty,
If
lovely.
I want God to forgive me for my sins, I have to forgive that man. Yes, I do.
So
But
you
the consequences, hold up. The consequences, we still have to pay consequences for those sins, buddy. Go ahead. Go ahead. We still have to pay consequences. Go ahead.
So what you're basically saying to me is anybody who commits a crime, as long as they repent, you're okay with them.
They get, hey, I have.
Nobody should be in prison then, right?
No, they still have to pay consequences. You got me wrong. You're twisting
Well,
God's
how
word.
does this work, lovely? How are you picking and choosing
No, you
who
don't get
has to
to
go
choose.
to prison? I mean, as long as they
If
know who
they are
Jesus.
found guilty if they're found guilty, okay, by the laws of the land, then they will pay, and God's laws, they will pay consequences no matter what. If they're found not guilty, then guess what?
Okay,
If they still did it, then God will
now,
pay them in the
so
end.
Trump was found guilty in New
No, he
York.
wasn't. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
You want to bet? You want to bet? What did Braggs just do? Braggs had said, we got to stay this because I can't go any further. We
But
have
that
no
is
choice.
okay. But
Oh,
ma'am,
my felonies, all of them. Bye-bye.
ma'am, could you control the demon inside of you a little
No,
bit?
it's not a demon. It's exciting. Woo. I love the truth coming out. I thought you said you loved the truth.
Ma'am,
It's coming.
ma'am,
This is getting the truth out when we're
ma'am. Honestly, has anyone ever told you you're acting a little too excited? Thank you, Bounce. All right, I'm trying to have a serious conversation with you because I'm truly concerned about your soul.
Oh no, my soul's fine.
No.
Worry about your own.
No.
You need to worry about your own putting them lies out there for the devil.
No. So, okay, let's bring it back down. So you're okay with anybody as long as they repent for their sins. You're fine with that.
No, I'm not fine with that.
And you say if they come back and they find you're guilty, then you got to pay the consequences, correct?
Not for your sin. Jesus done paid for the sin, the eternal sin, but for your eternity, but and your soul. But if we commit sin on the earth, the laws of the land, find us guilty, you have to pay consequences.
Okay, thank you. Let's stop right there. So you end up cheating on your wife behind her back, all right? After she just had a son, Barron. You with this woman named Stormy Daniels. You engage in a hush money scheme, and you end up breaking the law, falsifying those business records. And then they have a court. You have a trial, and the jury deliberates, and they come back and they say, you know what? Guilty on all 34 counts.
But where's it at? Where's it at? Let me see it. Prove it. Bring it up. Show me where the judge signed it. Come on, buddy. You know it. I bet you $1,000 you can't bring up.
So now you're bringing in the judge. Now
in front of all your little people here, bring it up.
Ma'am, I gotta be nice, but I don't want to be. I gotta be nice, but I don't want to be lovely. But here's the thing, ma'am. Donald Trump has been found guilty by a peer,
Democrats,
by a jury of his peers.
No, it wasn't his peers. It was Democrats. Remember, they got paid. It's coming out.
Okay, I'll give you that. If you could produce the evidence, that they were paid by the Democrats, I would be more than happy to review it with you. Could you show it to us?
Okay, after you show me where Trump's convicted.
No.
No, I asked you for your proof first. Remember, it don't work like that.
So you don't have it on you?
No, I don't.
Okay, well then that means you just lied.
Neither do you. You're lying through this app here for the Democrat Party.
So you got any proof of that? That I'm funded by the Democrat Party? So now you're bearing false witness, and you're lying. Lovely. I'd hate to say it, but you're honestly on your way straight to hell. You're on your way to hell.
Are you paid by anybody on this app? Tell me.
I'm not getting paid by the Democrats.
You don't get money and stuff like that. Tell me you don't.
I got it. Do you have any evidence? Or are you just bearing false witness?
Are you turning all them gifts and money down? Tell me that. Are you? I bet you're not. I bet you're not.
But lovely. You need to stay out of Zeus's business, number one, and because I have never invited you into.
Trump's business, and you'll be fine.
Okay. Okay, well, you know what I'm going to say to you, lovely.
You
If
have
you don't have
nothing
any
to
proof,
say
hey,
to it.
if you don't have any proof, then that makes you a liar and you're bearing false witness.
That's what you're
You've been
out
you've
here
been
doing.
in listen, you've been
Bring
in
up,
church.
why
You've
did
been
you
in
not, why
church.
don't you
Lovely, lovely,
bring up the
lovely,
proof? You see, you
lovely,
keep talking over me.
lovely, because it's my show. But listen,
Because you're lying and the people down here are gullible. They're gullible and they're going to see the truth because God's going to slap them right upside the face with it. Watch.
okay. You're bearing false witness. You're lying. As a matter of fact, if I got all, actually, you broke all
You
10
get
commandments.
paid on
You
here.
you broke all 10 commandments on my show,
You did.
lovely. And I have no other. I have really no other use for you unless you want to repent right now and get down on your knees and
If I
apologize.
told a lie, I
Yeah,
repent
do it right
right
now.
now, right now. And I ask God to forgive me if I
Do it
did.
right now.
Yeah.
Do
What
it
about
right
you?
now.
Are you going to repent on Trump's lies? I bet you don't. I bet you don't repent because you make money off his lies. You make a good
So
living off his lies.
so I make money off of Trump's lies.
Yeah, because you spew them every day.
So Trump is a liar.
No, you lie
Well,
on
no, you
Trump.
said I make money off of Trump's lies.
Well,
So that means Trump's a liar.
you know what I mean. No,
No, no, no. I don't know what you mean, but I know what you're doing.
I mean, you're making money off of Trump by lying to everybody every day.
Okay, okay.
On Trump. And
Okay.
guess what? He's going after the Republicans too. Did you know that? Trump's going after some of them Republicans. He found all them that corrupt.
I've heard enough, lady love.
Oh,
Lady,
okay. And then I bet you don't show up here when it comes
love,
to
love, lovely lady. I'm not gonna call you lovely lady.
Bragg? Did you hear about Bragg? What happened
You're
to Bragg?
lost.
Did you hear about Bragg?
Ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
we gotta go. We gotta go. Braggs is in trouble. Yeah.
What is that? What am I doing right now?
You're probably boot me because you don't like the truth. But the truth will set you free.
Anything else?
Free.
Okay, anything else?
Bragg, did you see where Bragg's assistant just got attacked by a Venezuelan?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, lovely isn't so lovely when she is possessed with the MAGA demon. All right, that's too much MAGA demon. All right, that's too much MAGA demon even for me, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do? Lovely, you need to get a refund from your pastor because you're still possessed with the MAGA demon, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give her a huge round of boos and shade. Jesus Christ.
Silence, you MAGA demon!
Your assessment of the circumstances at hand is truly unique. Let's talk about it.
Translation, you done lost your damn mind. When you get your damn mind, you call me.
Never gonna get it, 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 never gonna get it. Never gonna get it, 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 never get it.
To you Trump supporters, if y'all really think that's the lovely, God bless, lovely, please just tell your pastor to tell you the truth, all right? Because I shouldn't have to do it on TikTok, but you got a long way to go, man. 53 years, and that's the best we got. We got a lot to. There's a lot that needs to be addressed in that, all right? Your pastor set you up for failure, not success. All right. Let's see. Who do we have next, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my God. We have so many interesting people to talk to today. Wow.
You did not just pull me up after that crack out. Oh my goodness gracious.
What do you have to say about that, Shay? I mean, is that the best and brightest that we got from MAGA? Oh, my God.
Oh my God. She's one of those who'll probably just like wave a chicken head at you at a grocery store. Like, I'm praying for your soul.
Don't do it.
I'm praying for you. Hey, move.
Don't do it.
Don't get the devil out of you. Don't baptize you right now. Don't take you down a river and dunk you right now. You got the devil out of you right now.
Wow.
Holy mess. That woman was possessed and not
Wow.
with a thing. Holy heck. What is going on?
I don't know what to say about that, Shay, to be quite honest. But if that's who MAGA believes represents them, then, you know, more power to them. That's the best we got out there with MAGA. More power to you.
I tell you, the church has done a number to our fellow Americans. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
They have done a.
She says, you're in trouble, Shay. I wouldn't that. What does that mean? Why is Shay in trouble?
Why am I in trouble? I'm not in trouble.
That's
good,
projection.
He told
Lovely.
me when I was in the middle of, doing my business this morning, he came to me and told me I was right with everything. And
Amen.
And my soul is saved. God
Yeah.
told me too. Don't fool yourself.
Lovely. Enough, please, lovely. Please show Shay some respect, and please act like you know you're saved for at least 10 minutes, please, lovely.
You didn't like my impersonation of you, lovely? Because that's exactly what you sounded like, sweetheart. You need to take a mirror and just look at it and go, what do I sound like on the internet?
Yeah. That's I'm definitely concerned, to say the least.
Yeah, that what's so sad to me is that these so-called Christians are basically saying that God is a Republican, and it's just so strange to me that they think that God would interfere with politics in any sort of way. Supposedly she's read the Bible, but somewhere in there she forgets that God gave us free will. Therefore, why in the world would he mess with our politics?
Right.
It doesn't make sense. And the jury of your peers, I hear that all the time with the Braggs case. Well, he didn't have a jury of his peers. Nowhere in the Constitution, when it talks about a jury of his peers, and I believe that's Amendment 6, does it say that it has to be of your political party for it to be a jury of your peers?
Yeah. She said.
Does it say that?
She said the jury was all Democrats, and they were paid by the Democrats. Have you heard that before?
Oh, yeah. No, I've never heard that before. We know that's not true.
Misinformation. Got it. Thank you.
Information. A jury of your peers is a pool of people that comes from the area in which you committed the crime.
Yeah.
So that's what the Constitution is, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't matter. And his attorneys got to voir dire the jury just like the prosecutors. So they got to choose the jury, guys. And what's so sad is so many people really don't know how the justice system works or what in order it goes. And so he was convicted of 34 felonies. He is convicted and found guilty.
Yeah.
That's true. Then he will be sentenced at some point, maybe, maybe not. We don't honestly care. See, we have just reported the news.
Amen.
That's all we're doing. It doesn't mean that we're like, oh my God, that's not what's going on. We understand that the justice system and the legal system and a lot of that is corrupt in many ways. We talk about that all the time, how corrupt it can be. And how innocent people can be thrown in prison. So you guys are sitting here going, see, all this stuff's being overturned. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. Yeah, he won an election. They did a good job at telling people all of this stuff, and they did a good job messaging, and they won the election.
Predator USA, listen, you know better. Shay's not, just listen to what Shay is offering, all right? You really will learn something, but you got to quit getting triggered by the truth. And that goes for all of you Trump supporters, especially you, lovely.
Doozy, he is a felon. He's been convicted, 34 felonies.
Thank you.
He is a felon. So I know you don't like facts, and I know it's really hard for you, but why don't you do more research instead of you saying, this is not what happened? It did happen. Now, whether he gets sentenced or not, that's out of our hands, but it doesn't dismiss the fact that a jury of his peers.
He is a felon.
No, the case will not be dropped. Alvin Braggs, that is a state case, by the way.
Where are they getting this stuff?
I don't know. Donald Trump can't do anything about a state case. It's not a federal case. So he cannot have it dismissed. And Alvin Bragg has been very strong about the fact that he does not want this case dismissed. He's okay with, obviously, him being sentenced later.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that means we have to wait 4 years or he has to wait 4 years to get his sentencing.
Well, basically, wait until Trump is impeached, because you know he's not going to make it 4 years without being impeached. Yeah, and then once he gets done with that, then, we got prison waiting for him. Seriously.
Yeah.
You don't have a trial. You don't bring all the evidence and witnesses in. You don't get a jury to deliberate, come back guilty 34 times, and then throw it out the window. What planet are you living on? We shouldn't have to keep saying this.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy. And listen, things are going to roll out. Like, we've all said, this is it. This is what's going to happen. And what's going to be amazing, I was talking about this with my husband, is quite a few 18 to 29-year-olds decided to vote for Trump because they remember what it was like between 2017 and 2021.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't pay attention to any of it. They didn't know any of this stuff. So, it's like we sat here and we tried to tell you guys over and over and over that don't you remember the chaos during his presidency?
Yes.
I don't understand how they just forgot how chaotic his presidency was.
Yeah.
And now it's like they're starting to see the chaos again. He can't get. I just sit here and go.
I see it
again.
Yeah. He's already got turnover right now. You thought Matt Gaetz was going to be a shoo-in, and then everybody. Is there a job on the job description? Is SA on there as a part of one of the requirements?
About to say that. Like,
can
we nominate someone that hasn't essayed women, please? Is there anybody in there that we can get in there that hasn't essayed women? Like, I don't know what's going on.
I think they're going to regret wearing those shirts that said, I voted for a felon. I think they're going to regret wearing those shirts and having photos of themselves all over the internet wearing those shirts. Once Donald Trump gets done tearing into them, they're going to be apologizing and they're going to be crying, Shay. They know it.
Oh, yeah. Well, like I said, that's going to be basically our content moving forward is like, here's what we warned you about, and here's what we're talking about. The whole thing, he removed himself from Project 2025.
Yeah.
Do with it. Every single nomination has to deal with Project 2025. Every single one of them.
Donald, please.
They wrote parts of it.
Yeah.
What? And you guys got up here and said he doesn't know anything about Project 2025. He's not part of Project 2025. Like, well, okay. We'll see how that works out, guys.
Yeah, and we know that was another lie, that they basically drank it with a cup of Kool-Aid, all right? You know how these people are. They don't care.
Yeah, there's veterans saying, they're going to protest if they take away veteran, in the Project 2025, if they really do go after the veterans' rights.
Right.
And stuff like that. Guys, if this, in the Department of Education, you guys are going to be, oh my God, when they get rid of that, I don't know how many of you can afford private school.
Totally, Rocco. You said Project 2025 is coming to get us. Actually, it's coming to get you.
No,
it's coming to get you, Rocco. Good, kiss those Social Security benefits you're getting. Kiss those goodbye.
You too old, Rocco.
Yeah, that Medicare and all that other stuff. Goodbye. All right, kiss it goodbye. You're going to be spending so much money on those eggs, Rocco. The ground beef and the ground turkey and stuff like that. You're going to be spending so much money. You're going to be begging President Biden to come back and be your president.
And he lives in a red state. Just overturn all that.
I'd hate to say it to you. Like I said, just stick to doing Weather Channel, Rocco. All right. Other than that,
you might want to go back to New York, Rocco. Just saying.
Thank you. A Democrat state. Yeah, he might be safer there.
Back to New York. Get out of Florida.
Yeah. There you go. W Rick in the chat. W Rick in the chat. Thank you.
It's going to be interesting. And listen, this is the thing, Doozy. You're so full of, I've said this when I came out. I was like, I hope we're wrong. I really do. I really do. I want y'all to come up here and say, you were wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. We'll be like, yay, thank God we were wrong. That's what we got to say.
Yeah.
So, because if the opposite is true, you're the one that's going to be up here going, oh, you were right.
Yeah.
So, we can sit here and go, you're wrong and we were right and all that. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we're all Americans. We're all trying to do the right thing for our country.
Amen.
We all want to see the good things happen in this country. So stop sitting here going, you're wrong and you're right and all this stuff. In the end of the day, it doesn't matter because we all go down with the ship.
Amen.
We all go down with the ship, and this isn't okay. And you guys up here crying about Putin at the same time, I guess none of you know your history. So, when Hitler was appeased, right, because nobody wanted to go back into a war 20 years later, from the Great War to the World War II, we had 20 years, economic depressions, horrible situations. Nobody wanted to go back into that. So they appeased Schmittler in order for him, and he just kept taking territory after territory, Austria, the Sudetenland, all of these different things that kept annexing back old parts of the German Empire.
Yep.
That's what Putin's doing. Old parts of the Russian, Soviet.
Joe, go to Russia if you don't care then. If you don't care, Joe, go to Russia. We don't need to be giving you out this free knowledge.
We have to work together at the time to save to save a massive war from breaking out. That's what they're doing and what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all we can do is work together to keep another guy like Putin at bay. And Putin doesn't get to tell people who can join NATO.
Yeah.
Putin doesn't get to do that.
Thank
Those
you.
are sovereign nations, and if they want to join NATO, they can join NATO, whether it's on his border or not. That makes no sense. Y'all say, well, he doesn't want this. So what?
Yeah. NATO's BS, whatever, Jack. Whatever, Jack. Well, listen, Shay, I got to move it on.
I know. It's good.
Good to hear from you. Yeah.
I know.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, W. Shay in the chat. Let's show her some love. Let's give her a huge round of applause. No lies detected. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. All right, we're moving it along. All right, who we got? All right, my good friend Dolphin, what do you have to say? You said there's something urgent that you need to share with Big Zeus. All right, how are you doing? Dolphin, are you there? Welcome. Joe time, please. Welcome.
Right now, I'm sorry. Thank you for having me. I just really, really needed to come on and tell you this.
Okay.
First off, I heard, came across, I was in Tease Live very earlier.
Okay.
Came across that the AG that has been put in place, it fully intends on appointing Matt Gaetz to the FBI, which requires no vetting whatsoever. Also, the Trump administration right now is coming after the NLRB, the National Labor Relations Board. So they are coming after us American citizens, the ones that we pay taxes, the ones that, well, we need the work. But see, what this does, it gives those corporations the right to literally discriminate against you, stop you from any frivolous lawsuits that you want to send against them, just in case they decide to, just get rid of you because of some reason or even a political affiliation, because God knows that's going to happen. So, you guys are sitting there saying no tax on overtime, they're getting rid of the National Labor Relations Board. And guess what?
What that mean?
Oh, that would affect your overtime.
Oh, that means they're not getting any overtime. Am I right?
That would be it.
Exactly. Yeah. Good. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause. MAGA gets no overtime. We're in a blue... I'm in a blue state. I'm in a blue state, so I'm safe. But if they're in a red state, they're in a lot of... All right, you're safe. All right, you're safe. But if you're in a red state, hey, those egg prices are going to quadruple, quintuple. I mean, whatever is going to happen, you're done.
Yeah,
you're done.
I really needed to come up and tell you, because this is extremely important for the working class American to know that they are coming after your jobs.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Apologies. I'm sorry I was screaming in the comments.
No. It is what it is. All right. Well, thank you so much for the breaking news, Dolphin. Thank you so much for the breaking news. And as always, if you got more, bring it on back. W in the chat for Dolphin. Yeah, like if you're in a red state, those egg prices, ground beef, bread, toilet paper, the price of a vehicle, all that stuff is projected to skyrocket. If you don't believe me, go listen to what the CEO of Walmart said. They said, I like keeping my prices low, but once Trump gets in, those prices, at the end of the day, they might go up. And that means we're going to charge you. He was pointing to the Trump supporters. So to all of you, I want you to remember when you go and buy those eggs, and I heard one person come in my live. What was her name? Red Lady Red. They're charging $10 for a carton of eggs where she's at now. When Donald Trump gets into office, wherever you're getting those $10 eggs at, they're definitely going to be at least $30 to at least $50. So enjoy the eggs while you can, all right? Rocco, I'm not fear-mongering, Rocco. You and I both know I am telling the truth. I have no reason to get out here and spread lies. I have none. And you all act like it was a blowout. 76 to 73, we're talking about millions. That doesn't mean you have an overwhelming majority of the country in support of what Donald Trump is doing. I think this is really what needs to happen, right? I think we need to just let Donald Trump do what he wants to do to all of you Trump supporters. Look, I'm getting out of the way. Do what you want with them. You want to take away their Social Security? Go for it. You want to get rid of their health care? Go for it, all right? Maybe then they'll learn. Maybe then they will learn. Let me bring up the next panelist, all right? I don't got all morning to do this. It's Friday. I want to go out with a bang. Jack Straw. I wish you would have had a name. How are you? All right. You're a Trump supporter?
I am.
Oh, well, okay. Well, thank you for being patient. Thank you for being patient. What brings you to the show today? Because you know what I do, right? And I'm pretty good at what I do, right?
Sure.
Thank you. I tell the truth and I shame the devil. Are you at a point now where you've at least said, maybe I voted for the wrong person?
No, I've been more, I have more conviction today than I did 2 weeks ago.
What made it more stronger today than it was 2 weeks ago, if you don't mind?
Well,
cut it out, alter ego.
I'm sorry?
No, I was telling alter ego to cut it out. He's saying, why are people shopping at Walmart? And I'm going, oh, well, not everybody obviously has the income you have, alter ego. But that was a side remark. I'm sorry. Why are you stronger now in terms of your conviction for supporting Trump 2 weeks after the election? I don't get it.
Well,
what happened?
I just think the lies that were told about him from 2016 on, and the far left policies of the Democratic Party really left no choice. I think the vote for Trump was less about Trump being this hero of America and more about just preventing the Democratic Party from sending us on a trajectory that would lead to the demise of America.
So your claim is you believed Democrats were going to contribute towards the demise of the United States of America by virtue of our policies?
Yeah, I think the Democratic Party has infiltrated our education system. They've taken over the media as well as the technological platforms.
We took over X?
Well, I think if you look at the 2020 election and what Michael Schellenberger and Bari Weiss revealed through the Twitter files, there was a clear coordination between the federal government and Twitter to influence the 2020 election. We saw the FBI had direct
Hunter Biden's laptop?
That's one example.
But don't you think, honestly, the 2020 election, that was pretty much what they call a reaction to the pandemic? Don't you think the pandemic was way bigger than Hunter Biden's laptop?
Well, it went beyond Hunter Biden's laptop. The FBI had direct access to Twitter, as well as their safety and control team, and could take down or suppress content coming from conservatives.
Yeah.
They could also remove posts and outright ban people. Just as an example, I mean, this is anecdotal, so I don't expect anyone to necessarily believe it, but I had about 7 different Twitter handles that were systemically just removed and blocked due to content that was within the guidelines that Twitter offered. So it's a private platform. They can obviously police and put in their own regulations as they see fit.
But but I'll say this, right? Even as a content creator on TikTok, I've posted videos that I didn't think were an issue, and there were community guideline violations. So now
Absolutely.
And I'm a Democrat though. So doesn't that kind of counter what you're trying to say though?
So the difference is that TikTok is taking down that content. It's not at the direction of the federal government. The minute the federal government starts colluding and conspiring with private enterprises, it becomes a violation of the First Amendment.
But so isn't that what Elon is doing now?
Well, no,
with
because
X?
Elon is not part of the federal government.
Jack.
So
his bottom line, a majority of his income, his wealth comes from the United States government.
Are you referring to the tax subsidies
His
for
his
electric
his
vehicles?
contracts, the defense contracts that he got with the federal government have contributed significantly to him being the wealthiest person on the planet. He is, in essence, a part of the U.S. government.
Right, but Elon Musk with Twitter is not restricting content. If anything, he's opened the platform up so that it allows and enables free speech. He's
I
not
would beg to,
suppressing content.
I would beg to differ. Elon has actually done something that I would say is more egregious. He's actually weaponized the entire platform to be pro-Russia. All right, and he's doing it under the guise of it being free speech, and it's contributed to the division that's currently going on because a lot of people aren't following what's going on in mainstream media. They're deferring to social media websites, right? And X is a very big right-leaning platform.
It's right-leaning in that it allows people to speak their mind freely without the federal government coming in and suppressing their voice.
And
the federal government just has no right to do that.
And it also allows Russia to freely put out bots, right? And spread a lot of mis and disinformation. And Elon himself is actually pushing the mis and disinformation. He's making sure his posts get maximum reach. All right. And so now you have a situation where, yeah, it makes sense. If you go up against, if you run up against Donald Trump and I say it, if it wasn't for Elon, I don't think Trump would have won. Paying people,
right.
paying people to vote and all this other stuff.
Well, that's no different than paying for a paid search ad to attract people to share their information. That was tested through the judicial system, and it was found to be legal. So there was nothing wrong with what he did.
But he's basically an agent. He's a branch of the government helping to get a candidate elected is my point. And from what you said earlier, we shouldn't be doing that.
The agreement he has to become the one of the heads of the the Department of Government Efficiency is not an actual cabinet position. He's effectively an unpaid independent contractor. He is not receiving a salary for that work. All they're going to be doing is going in and making recommendations to create more efficiencies across the government agencies.
It says over the past 16 years, Musk business deals with the government total nearly $20 billion, according to federal contracting data. I mean, that's pretty significant.
The federal government came to him for these technologies that they didn't otherwise have. To give you an example, like with SpaceX, they couldn't
but it does, to me, means there's a serious conflict of interest. You can't ignore that.
Doesn't have to award him those contracts.
No, but I'm not saying they have to or they don't. But if you're getting $20 billion from anybody, there's a serious conflict of interest. I don't care what you say.
When you're worth $400 billion, $20 billion is less than 10% of your net worth.
But okay, so you're saying the $20 billion is nothing to him?
It's almost irrelevant. I mean, he bought.
I disagree.
He bought X for $44 billion.
You could be getting $1,000 from somebody. At that moment, there's a conflict of interest. $20 billion. It's not about a percentage of it being your total income. It's just about, are you in bed financially with this person? Any other place on the planet, you would have to disclose that you are, right? Because that's how they got to take care of being transparent, right? In order to disclose transparency, you would have to disclose, hey, I'm getting $20 billion from this person or that person. And you can't tell me, even you might make $100,000 a year, but if you got somebody tearing you off $1,000, right? You got a conflict of interest issue.
It doesn't move the needle at that point.
But you could see outside looking in, somebody knowing this person's paying you $1,000 would make it look like you might be leaning towards this person more than an innocent person who's not tearing you off any money.
So if what you're saying is true, why did Elon Musk come out and say that he recommended to Donald Trump that they should remove all federal subsidies for electric vehicles when that would have a direct impact on his bottom line as the chief executive of Tesla?
Nothing Elon and Trump does is making sense, but I know on the back end, Elon is all about getting a lot of these nasty things that he's gotten himself into with the government, violations and things like that. He's been trying to get out of that. So maybe there's something along those lines, right? He's trying to basically get the federal government to get off of his rear end.
Well, I think that makes sense because the federal government has
Because he's been
shown.
breaking a lot of laws.
What laws has he broken?
Well, you got to look into these cases where he's being investigated.
What is he being investigated for?
There's a lot of things.
Can you name one?
I could, but I don't think you care.
No. I have my laptop open. I'm taking notes.
Well,
I
look
would
it
like
up.
to
Look it
look
up.
into him
Look
on
it
my
up.
own.
Look it up. Look it up.
What is Elon being
Just look
investigated
up what is
for?
Elon being investigated for.
Bear with me while I look this up. I mean, I see some stuff on the SEC for his acquisition of Twitter, a DOJ investigation into Tesla.
And I know he's also got some SA allegations out there as well. I mean, it's not. I'm just trying to get it out there that he's not a squeaky clean person, and
No, I
Trump
mean,
is not a
nobody
squeaky
is.
clean person, and so there is an interest to get the feds off of you that I think drives a
guess
lot of this.
I guess the overarching point that
Yeah,
I'm
some people
making.
put in their Russian money too, and that's something I do have a problem with too. I forgot the way he just willy nilly calls up other world leaders. The guy, I just think that it's definitely suspicious. If this was a situation where I seen him walking through my neighborhood, I'd say this guy looks suspicious. Let's dial 911 kind of thing.
I mean, if there's anyone in this world who cannot be influenced by money, it's Elon Musk. I mean, when you have a net worth of 3, 4, 5, whatever, I don't even know what he's worth anymore. He's got multiple companies that are, have market caps. Tesla has a market cap of $1 trillion. So what can Russia offer him from a monetary perspective that is going to influence him one way or the other?
Well, I can't answer that question, but if Russia had nothing to offer him, why are you talking to him?
I have no idea why
Yeah.
Musk would be talking to Russia.
I
have
mean,
no evidence that
you don't,
he
you,
is.
no. There's evidence. You can look it up. Why did recently they say he was talking to the world leader in Iran? They say you can never have too much money.
I mean,
You don't got why is Trump talking to Putin? Even
he's the president-elect.
well before that he shouldn't have been. It was considered a Logan Act violation. Why are these people talking to Vladimir Putin if there's no interest at all? The chat says
Well,
power and greed. That's a good way of looking at it. Yeah, I
think
just.
having dialogue with leaders of foreign countries. I mean, obviously.
But if
the
you're
Logan
not
Act
the
is-
president and you shouldn't be
Right.
having conversations about things that impact the U.S. interests, right? You
Right,
got to
but
let
to
the
be a
U.S.
violation
government.
of the Logan Act, you have to
Yeah.
be negotiating on behalf of the U.S. government without proper authorization. You can still have conversations with whoever you want, but you can't be negotiating for the U.S. circumventing the current president. That's a violation of the Logan Act. Having a conversation with someone is not on itself a violation.
But okay, to me, I'll say this. You got to give me a good reason because I don't think anybody else in the United States is calling up Russia. What on earth are you
Right.
calling Russia? And not just Russia, but why are you calling Putin? What are you
right.
talking about? Tea and crumpets and what did you do last summer? I mean, seriously, what on earth do you have to talk to Vladimir Putin about? How did that relationship even get kicked off?
I don't know, but I guess
That's
this comes back to
suspicious.
the broader point that I was making in terms of I think there's a lot of people who voted for Donald Trump not because they thought he was a good person or that he was going to be a great president, but because they rejected the lies that had been told by the Democratic Party, reinforced by the mainstream media, and they lost trust in
What's
that
the
party.
biggest lie you believe the Democrats have told?
It's tough for me to narrow it down to one, but
Just give me one.
I would use the Russian collusion story.
Okay, so you don't think Donald Trump had any help from Russia, and even though you've seen all the people who were arrested, you saw him referenced in some of the paperwork, some of the indictments. You don't think that the meeting in Trump Tower with Don Jr. and all that had anything to do with Russia?
No, I mean if you look at the Steele dossier that was funded by Hillary Clinton's campaign, Robert Mueller investigated that thoroughly and found there was no connection at all to the 2016 campaign in the Russian government.
There's some people who are going to say that there's clear evidence that he colluded with Russia. Maybe he didn't directly go and say, hey, help me, but he sure as heck benefited from their help. All right. And that to me is like, again, too much to even want to go and debate any further. You're meeting with them in Trump Towers. You got all these people who's got ties to it. Case closed. You're guilty. That's how I see that. Secondly,
the Don Jr. meeting was.
Secondly, if we have a problem, Secondly, if people have a problem with lies, then we also have to acknowledge Donald Trump lies a lot.
I'm not disagreeing with you that Donald Trump has told his fair share of lies, but the difference is in the two is that his lies were not reinforced by the mainstream media, and they were not in coercion with big tech like Twitter, Facebook, etc.
Well, I think he lied about the results of the pandemic. I think he lied about the results of the election, and I think Fox News helped him, and I think he's got a lot of help on X. So I don't necessarily see what you
is recent, and the help on X was simply stopping the suppression of alternative voices.
No, when he lost the election, Fox News, they lost the lawsuit because of this, right?
Yeah, Fox News I'm not defending. Fox News is guilty.
But that shows that Donald Trump
was Dominion.
So that just shows that the same thing you're trying to say the Democrats do, Donald Trump was doing.
Well, no, but Fox News and Donald Trump were not colluding together. Fox News was doing that independently, and I would also note that Fox News is one TV station in a sea.
Now that's clever. That's clever. Because that's his network. He calls into Fox all the time.
I watched a clip of him calling Fox News fake news.
That doesn't mean he's not colluding with them.
Well,
the text messages, even the text message that helped them lose the lawsuit, showed there were people at Fox communicating with the Trump administration.
I'm sure there were. And look, Fox is a right-leaning, hard right.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, if you look at it, sir, and again, this has been a decent conversation. You have to also acknowledge the very things you try to accuse the Democrats of doing. It's blatantly clear that the GOP through Donald Trump, they're doing the exact same things, if not worse.
I'm not.
You don't have any evidence of the Biden people meeting with anyone from Russia in any kind of towers. You don't see that.
No, but I do.
But you got it with Trump.
But I do have evidence of the broader federal government colluding with social media platforms.
It's right there in your face.
Conservative voices.
You would be.
And I'm not defending Trump and any communication he had with Fox. If he's done that, that's just as egregious as what the left has done.
He's done
it. The difference is the scale at which it's happened.
You don't have any signs that President Biden, Hunter Biden, met with counterparts from Russia at all. You have no evidence.
That claim.
You have no evidence that the Bidens took money from China or Russia.
So,
but you got that. You got that about Donald Trump. Whether you say what came out of it or not, you know that there were meetings in Trump Towers that involved Russia. You know Trump. They've taken money from various foreign countries, but that's still. There's not. You'll say, you know what? He has businesses. That's okay. He's a businessman. It's acceptable. So
how do you...
I can't really figure out how to hold you accountable in terms of making sure you're consistent about whatever it is you're saying is your grievance. Either presidents should be allowed to talk to foreign leaders and take money from them, or they shouldn't.
So 2 points here. Number one, Hunter Biden received $83,000 a month from Burisma, which is a Ukrainian natural gas company. Number two, he received $3.5 million from a Russian widow of Moscow's former mayor. So those are funds that I would like to understand how and why Hunter Biden received them.
Hunter Biden doesn't even work in the government.
No, but he's got direct access to Joe Biden.
I mean, but this is where I got to just draw the line. I can't go there with you, Jack Straw, because now we're just grasping at straws. You want to drill on Hunter Biden, who's not in government, over some money that he made, and then you're going to go do that based on a hunch that you somehow think this is tied to influence peddling with his father. But you don't have anything to say about all the money and the coins Donald Trump has collected through his businesses.
Specifically, what money are you referring to for Donald Trump?
Well, he took what, 5 million or so from China. He took money from Saudi Arabia. I think Jared Kushner got $2 billion. Yeah. It's a lot of money flowing into the Trump people's hands, and just no concern on your part.
Well, I think you're referring to money for a hotel in China. Is that what you're referring to?
No. There's a report that you should go look into. It was released at the top of this year, where they've outlined all of the payments that the Trump it was a shakedown that he did while he was in office, where he accepted all of this currency from these foreign countries. And you all don't have any questions.
I have plenty of questions on
Well,
it.
you voted for him. You voted for him, so you don't have any questions, sir. Now,
Right,
listen.
but I'll let you get to the next caller. But I guess the final point I'll make here is that I did not vote for Donald Trump again because I think he is a high moral character or he is the most qualified person for it. I voted explicitly against Democratic policies and their vision for the future. But
I acknowledge that, and I think that you're going to find out later on how the Democrats' policies and the Democrats' vision for the future actually had a positive impact on you, and how you've been misled and lied to. Because, we've done an outstanding job on the internet talking a lot of this stuff out, but I understand that it's unbelievable to a lot of folks.
Yeah, and Zeus, my final question: where in the country are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in California, in the Bay Area.
Okay,
Where are you?
cool. I'm in New York City.
Okay, all right. Well, see, I think you're a little insulated in New York City.
Well, I've lived in California too, so I've
Yeah. So you understand that you might not necessarily experience the consequences of some of the radical changes that Trump is proposing, as some of these people who are in states that are not as fortunate, financially, right? It's not, some of the states that are blue, they're taking proactive measures to counter some of the stuff they know Trump is going to be doing. But other states that are going to be more welcoming to it, there's going to be way more of a direct impact. So just be on the lookout for that. Just be on the lookout for it, all right? And again, I think you'll regret your vote because I don't think you've given the Democrats enough credit. You've just basically believed the things Trump said about the Democrats without necessarily, digging deep into it and finding out some of the things that we've done to actually help get this country out of a nasty situation, that resulted from Trump's last year in office.
Once you guys get rid of Nancy Pelosi, Ilhan Omar, and start to come back to the center a little bit, I'm happy to revisit it. But until then, I am MAGA and GOP all the way. But good luck, Zeus. I appreciate the conversation.
All right.
I'll let you get to the next caller.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. That's Jack Straw. All right. That was a decent conversation. All right. All right. He still has a lot to learn. All right. I know that was brutal to deal with, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we're going to bring it back up. I know we're going to bring up somebody that's going to get us motivated and invigorated with the truth. Good morning. Who's this? My good friend, Nutty Professor. Nutty, are you there? Hi, Nutty. I can hear you, Nutty. Don't hate it. Are you talking about my handsomeness? Can you hear me?
Yeah, never that.
You got a delay.
I'm out here in the swamp, so that's why
You got a delay. Oh, Lord. Nutty, come on back with the real account, man. Come back with the real account, Nutty. Come on back, Nutty. I don't know what that was. All right. Come on back, Nutty. I'll give you a little bit. Am I woke, Donald Shroom? You're darn right I'm woke. I'd rather be woke than broke, all right? Because you're going to be broke real soon, Donald Shroom. You're going to be broke real soon. Don't worry. But you come back over here. We'll take good care of you. We'll get that debt paid down and we'll lower your taxes, all right, Donald Shroom? Nutty, where did you go? Nutty, where did you go? Going once? Going twice, Nutty? Sold. All right. I gotta bring up one of my good friends, Stick the Ruler. Where did you go? Okay, he says, do you believe men can have babies? Hey, Donald Trump, with faith, all things are possible. Go read your Bible, all right? Seriously. All right, I'll bring up my next guest, Cece. What do you got for us this morning, Cece? Welcome to the show. Nutty, come on back, all right? You said you're in the swamp somewhere. I don't know where, but please, if you don't mind. Oh, my God, that explains everything. Bring me up. Okay, don't worry. Cece, where are you at, Cece? Bring me up. Okay, don't worry. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me okay?
Now, yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes. You've been glitching a bit.
Oh, so the TikTok gods are doing what they do. I got it. Now it's making sense.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I
okay?
can hear
Are
you,
you
but
okay to
there's a
hear me?
delay.
Okay. Rocco, go back to Thailand with your 30-year-old wife. Ain't nobody wants you. You've already said that you don't go with women that are, 40? You want them under? You old fart. You gotta buy your woman. Go fix them false teeth and go find yourself something older, okay? Just go back to Thailand, okay? Zeus. Hey, Zeus.
Yes?
Where's Snuggles been?
I have no clue. Where is he?
I don't know, but guess what he owes me?
What is that? She's not rude.
What did you send him?
A steak? Well, I didn't send him a steak. I sent him the money to buy the steak.
Well, guess what? You know he and I had a bet,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah. There's a delay, though, Cece. There's a delay.
I'm sorry. Snuggles, you owe me money. I won. Matt
Thank you.
Gates is out, you loser.
Let's
Mr.
go.
Eyebrow.
Tell him, Cece. They say Snuggles got deported. That's sad. That's sad.
I don't care. He still owes me money. I don't care where he is.
That was a low blow. Cece. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I got to have a little bit more manners on TikTok.
Zeus, you know what? Do you know what a lot
Uh-oh.
of these...
You got a violation.
Oh, no!
You got a violation, Cece. Oh, my Lord. How dare you all do that to my good friend, Cece? Number one, WCC in the chat. WCC in the chat, all right? For you all to do that. But for all the CC haters out there, the Zeus haters, this is for you. Lake of Fire. Let's send them straight to the Lake of Fire. Don't do that. Don't do that on my show. Don't do that on my show.
Silence, you MAGA baby.
Don't do that on my show. See, there you go, trying to ban free speech over here. Unbelievable, unprecedented. All right, let's get back into the box, ladies and gentlemen. All right, my goodness. All right, I think we got it. Nutty is back. Good morning, Nutty. How are you doing? Oh, I think the signal's stronger now.
Okay. So I'm out here in the swamp, so you got to forgive me. I had to run into a grocery store just so I can get a signal.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So very quickly, there's a lot of things that I have to say because you've had so many crazies up here. But before I go into that, I just want to tell you, at this point, sir, you don't have to ask the audience anymore if someone should get thrown into the lake of fire, because if you voted for Donald Trump, that's just automatic.
You hear that, lovely? It's
just
automatic.
It's just automatic. So anyway, very quickly. So I want to say to Lovely, which is a strange name to have when she's full of the devil.
Mm-hmm.
Be not deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever soever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. Also, since she wanted to bring Christianity into this, Thessalonians tell us to study to show thyself approved. A workman needeth not be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. I listened to her, and it was painful. It was very painful.
Why?
If she thinks that God put Donald Trump in the White House, she is the devil personified. She needs to go to her word, and she needs to read her word.
Amen.
And she needs to read specifically, she needs to look up scripture talking about the Antichrist.
Amen.
Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Amen.
She needs to really go and study the word. She does not know the word. And this is why people voted for Donald Trump, because they're uneducated, they're dumb, they don't have a sense of they don't know how to comprehend things.
Amen.
They want to believe what they're told. Okay. Also, so this is just gonna crush everything for them. Zeus,
talk to him.
There are 23.2 million from a survey, and I'll bring receipts when I have a better signal.
That's fine. I take your word.
23.8 million people believe. Now I want to take my time and say this because you're not going to believe me when I say this.
Yeah.
23.8 million people believe that chocolate milk comes from a brown cow. Zeus, if I'm lying, I'm dying. Listen.
Wow, the mind is a terrible thing to waste.
The fact that this is a legitimate survey, that is scary about why we should not be going after education in our country. 23.8 million. These are not children, Zeus. I can understand if these were children who hadn't been taught.
Wow.
But these are grown adults believe that chocolate milk comes from a brown cow. You
got to be embarrassed at some point.
Zeus, just hearing that, does it now tell you that trying to get through to these people, it really is a complete waste of time? Because if you have 23.8 million people believe, that's almost 10% of our population.
Yeah.
Well, excuse me, that's 1%. But to think that brown milk, chocolate milk comes from a brown cow, that says everything to me.
Yeah.
That says everything that I need to know.
Yeah. It tells me they probably went to Trump University somewhere along the way, and there's no saving them now. There's no saving them now.
And just because they get in your box and they can have a conversation with you without glitching out, doesn't mean that they're educated and they're smart.
Oh, it doesn't mean that.
The last gentleman that you had up here,
yeah,
he said he voted for Donald Trump not because he thought he was a good guy, but he was voting against the Democrats. So tell me, sir.
Yeah.
Tell me, sir, what policy has the Democrats put forward that made you hate them so much that you say, I don't care about who the Republican candidate is, I'm going to vote for them just because they're not a Democrat, which is why he got a lot of votes, because people do think that way. Because the same daggum policies that they're railing on,
he said all of them. He said all of them. He said all of them, Nutty.
Okay, so yes, you're not going to get Social Security then.
Bye.
Yes, you're not going to get health care anymore because your party believe that health care is a right. They believe that they don't believe that it's a right. They believe that you need only the privileged should have health care. That's what your party believes.
Yeah.
Your party believes that just because somebody wants to identify as a bubble gum, that we should overlook their humanity.
Yeah.
That's what your party believes. You don't have to agree with the flavor of the bubble gum. You just have to see their humanity and keep it moving. Because what is that bubble gum doing to you that's going to affect your life in any way possible? You're still going to make the money you make. You're still going to take a poop on the stool like you take a poop. You're still going to move on with your life. Their decision has nothing to do with you. So I don't understand. It's weird to me that y'all want to stay up in somebody's business so much that you are allowing yourself to vote against humanity just because you don't agree with who someone sleeps with.
Amen.
And I'm out of here, Zeus, because I'm in the swamp.
Okay, I get it, Nutty. But listen, as always, keep bringing the heat and the truth like you do. All right, brother? I truly do appreciate you.
One more thing.
Yes.
The devil works hard, but I'm work harder.
Amen.
You saw my other account.
What happened with it?
I got banned for 2 weeks for misinformation. I don't know what misinformation I gave.
Wow.
I don't know what misinformation I gave, but it's all good because they can keep banning me. I'm just gonna
Wow.
you will
Wow.
not silence me.
Wow, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate, but don't worry, you'll always have a voice here, brother Nutty. All right,
Appreciate
all right.
you, brother.
I appreciate you too, ladies and gentlemen. Nutty Professor in the chat. All right, no lies detected. Wait a second. Wait a second. Somebody said this God is our savior in heaven. No, he ain't. No, he ain't. And Trump is your what? And Trump is our savior on earth. Blaine, if you don't mind, Blaine, come on up here real quick. I don't want to hear this. Let me set you straight real quick, Blaine. Come on up here. Why would you come into my show and put such a disgusting, vile comment in the chat when you know that's not true? All right, God did not authorize that. All right, God is not the author of confusion. Blaine, see, there you go again, having a false idol. You can't serve God and Donald Trump at the same time. All right, this is what I'm saying, Blaine. You know you're wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and throw Blaine into the lake of fire. He came in here and he thought I wasn't going to catch him, but I caught you dead in your tracks. Ladies and gentlemen, let's throw him into the lake of fire. Let's give him a huge round of boos and shame. Goodbye, Blaine. I don't care.
Silence, you MAGA.
Blaine, you are a prime candidate for hell. All right, so pack your bags and put on those gasoline draws. You're on your way there. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness. What do we got right here, real quick? Snuggles. I'm never excited to see you on my show, to be quite
I'm always
honest.
excited to see you. As soon as you come in my room, I always bring you up immediately because we're family.
I don't know about that. I think you try to bring me up because you're scared of what's about to come and you want to know the truth. You want to know the truth. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here.
Can I ask you a question? Am I able to?
Go for it.
Can you show me the judge's signature on the sentencing of Donald Trump? Can you show me the signature?
Yeah,
of
don't. Yeah, I could, but I'm not.
No, you can't. That's why they haven't sentenced him yet. He doesn't have any convictions until he has the final say. So you and Shay could take your information and shove it. Okay? There's no final decision until he signs the papers of the convictions. Do you understand? That's it.
Show us the evidence of that.
That's no evidence. That's just fact. Bro.
You're a lawyer?
I want you to show me.
You practice law? You practice law?
It's not feelings, it's facts.
Okay.
But you lost already. You guys lost all your cases. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't think we have.
Absolutely nowhere on your cases, bro.
Why are you so? You sound nervous. You sound nervous, Snuggie.
No, bro. You guys lost. What's there to be nervous about? You lost the House. You lost the Senate. You lost everything, and you lost your cases. And you sit up here, well, oh, you mega demons. Oh, but you know what? We won. You guys lost. There's no lake.
You're triggered. You're triggered. You're triggered. You're triggered. So show us the paperwork.
I'm factual.
Show us the paperwork that the convictions have.
No. Are the Trump Towers still standing?
There's still the cases.
Where's Letitia James? Where's she at?
Where is
she? Did Carol get any money? No. That's on appeal.
Cece said you had a deal with her that Matt Gaetz would get. So where's the?
I visit my live today.
So you're gonna give Cece her steaks because you lost that bet.
I don't have to. No, I don't.
Yes. You said Matt Gaetz. You said Matt Gaetz would be the Attorney General, and it turns out you were wrong.
We had no bet on that.
Cece wouldn't come up here and lie and say that.
It's going to be great. Pamela Bondi's going to be
great. The chat says you owe CC some money. But number two, Snuggles, for the record, Trump is a convicted felon. And that's just going to be what it is.
On that.
He was impeached twice, which means he's going which means listen, if he was impeached twice, he's going to be impeached again once he gets in office. And so be on the lookout. And secondly,
like the RICO charges, just like the Trump Towers going down. You guys have it all done. You're doing great, champ. You're doing great, but you lost. Bro,
yeah,
you guys
no, we didn't lose. We lost.
He's going to get this. He's going to get that, and you guys get nothing.
Yeah. Well,
You're
I got
zero, bro.
I got to say this.
Zero convictions. How does it feel?
I got to say this.
Snuggles.
I got to say this, Snuggles.
Just apologize.
How much are eggs today?
How much are eggs when Trump gets in office? Right? Is he in office? Do they swear him in yet?
How much did those eggs cost?
Thank you.
How much are those eggs today?
Why weren't you concerned about it for 4 years? Now you're concerned?
Oh,
You guys,
oh, oh,
you
oh,
guys
no, no,
brought the
no.
prices up.
Oh, okay, okay. I just wanted you to know that. I
Yeah,
just wanted you
4
to
years
enjoy
of
them.
bullshit. Yes,
Look at
yes.
that.
We're just waiting to get our stuff going.
Look at this. Look
You
at this.
guys see our
Bacon.
cabinet.
Bacon.
We're gonna
Okay,
take
yeah.
you down, bro.
Okay, well, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you down as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it was
Thank you.
so
Put me in
easy.
the lake of fire, baby. I'll swim in it, love it, oil it up, and the Detroit Lions are gonna win.
Yeah. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's enough of that MAGA demon. All right. He doesn't know what's coming, but Snuggles, you're on your way out, bro. Enjoy being a MAGA demon while you can. Let's give him a huge round of booze and shame. And get CC her money. Does it? Yeah.
Silence, you MAGA demon.
Yeah. It just seems to me, honestly, like Snuggles and the rest of these Trump supporters, they're not happy. They're actually sad. And he's thinking that he's going to be winning. But like I said, we'll see by January of next year. Oh, you're back, Stick the Ruler. Stick the Ruler. You'll see by January of next year, Snuggles will be crying and blaming the Democrats once again. There's no other way for him to deal with this. All right, Stick the Ruler. Dino, I'm not telling any lies. Stick the Ruler, welcome to the show. Call him Snuggy. All right, G-Man. Stick the Ruler. I'm trying to bring you up, but it's not patching you through. Okay, hold on. See, Stick the Ruler is not patching you through. I don't know what's going on, Stick the Ruler. I don't know what's going on, Stick the Ruler. I don't know what's going on. All right, hold on. All right, Dr. Keisha Davis, come on back. You said you have a couple of things to say. Come on up here. We got to wrap. Let's go. All right. Welcome. How are you doing?
Hear me? It's been a minute. How are you?
I am all right. Just another day tending to the affairs in the kingdom. How are you?
Can't complain. Listen,
Let's go.
navigating all of this and the cabinet picks, the junk drawer picks, whatever they may be, it's a lot. It's a lot. But, I wanted to say there's a lot going on the healthcare side, Zeus.
Yes.
So for all of us, I think at this point, it really is a sink or swim. We're going to let the other side sink while we continue in swimming on.
Yep.
And to be honest, I'm looking at what's happening, and happy Thanksgiving for those that celebrate for next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, let me just tell you, Mpox is back. Mpox is back in Florida, and it's not the one that we had last year. It's the clade that's in Congo.
Wow.
And this clade is more infectious. It's not just transmitted the way it was before, right, with a certain demographic. We're seeing it in children. Just look at how it's going and faring in Congo.
Right.
And it's more deadly. So clade 1 is now came to the United States because we travel.
Wow.
Looking at that, the Mpox, in addition to that, the virus that we were hearing, the avian influenza, that is now infecting a teen, was in critical condition in Canada. We have a couple more cases here that are children that we're seeing. Yeah. But listen, the reason why I'm telling you guys all this is that we know what RFK Jr. wants to do. He wants to dismantle FDA, CDC, and infectious disease. He said, take a break for 8 years from infectious disease. That doesn't happen. So y'all be prepared. I have a podcast, The Medical Collective. Listen in, because I'm going to try to also start a group to navigate it, because it's crazy. You can't take a break from infectious disease. You can't take a break from whooping cough cases that we have 20,000 this year, from measles cases with few unalives in Florida.
Wow.
With a Surgeon General that doesn't believe in vaccination. So let them ride their wave until it crashes. And y'all just be prepared. I'm telling you, be prepared.
Yeah.
Get all your examinations now. Get up to date with any vaccinations you need. And it's Men's Health Awareness. So I hope you men check on your men. Zeus, I hope you've been
Yolanda,
to the doctor.
thank
I hope
you.
you're good.
Yes. Annual checkups are part of what we do over here. All right. Because, you got to take your health serious, contrary to what people say. All right. Men, get out there and make sure you take care of yourselves. I know a lot of you think going to the doctor is a sign of weakness, but actually it's a sign of strength.
Yes, I did say in Alive in Florida. Yes, there have been There have been deaths from measles in Florida.
Sheep shots. Christopher, what are sheep shots? Knock it off. See, there's two schools of thoughts, doctor. There's two schools of thoughts. Two schools of thought. Some people don't believe vaccines work, and then some people believe they work. And this is what we're running up against, right? And I don't have the answers in terms of how to convince people because I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical professional, but I think people really should make sure the information that they believe is properly vetted before they go around and start repeating it. All right, Dr. Keisha, are you there?
Well, let me say something about that. What is happening is, you know how behind the scenes we don't know how cars are made or how they're kept safe or what's happening with all of the foodborne illnesses. There's a lot of stuff that happens behind the scenes that you guys don't know about. And the pandemic was the first time it was made public. The first time.
Yeah.
Please, instead of sitting in our little American bubble, go around the world and look and see what the world thinks of us and how vaccines have literally saved lives around the world. We do not know. We did not have measles. We did not have many other viruses and illnesses because we had vaccination. And we grew up with them. It's like crazy. We grew up with them and we benefit off of them and didn't know how safe we are. And now our children are seeing, unfortunately, the demise because of things we think, oh, they don't need them. But we had them and we were good.
Thank you. It's like a seatbelt, right? I'm pretty sure a lot of people have no idea how a seatbelt works, but guess what? It's saved a lot of lives. All right. Now, maybe there's some whose lives didn't get saved because of the seatbelt, but for the most part, it saves people's lives. If you could explain to me the mechanics of how a seatbelt works, MAGA, please come in the box. I'd love to hear how it works.
And, you know, another thing, for those, keep the same energy. And I said this during the pandemic, keep that same energy. If something hits since you don't believe in science, please keep that same energy when the next pandemic rolls through. And they're the first people in the line to the ER, and then the healthcare staff and everything gets overloaded.
Yeah.
People that, quote, don't believe in science but want to be first to get help.
Amen. Amen. Tell them, Dr. Keisha. All right. Well, listen, I got to get up out of here. Bye. Oh, my. Look at the time. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Keisha Davis in the chat. All right, please. Go ahead. Boy, oh boy, what a show we've had today. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. I got to get up out of here. All right. Boy, oh boy, did we laugh and did we cry together. Hold on real quick. Takesha, you said you wanted to say something. Oh, I guess you don't want to say anything. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, Zeus has to get up out of here. All right. You all deserve a round of applause for tuning in this morning. You could have been anywhere else, but you chose to hang out with me. We're going to get it right, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, all right? I also want to give a special thank you. Cabria, I thought you were here. I was going to bring you up. I don't know where you're at, but you've been, very supportive. A round of applause to all the subscribers, gifters, moderators, and panelists. You've done an outstanding job helping to keep this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining, all right? But, there's still those Zeus haters. Oh, yes, there you are. I seen you a couple of days. Come on up here if you don't mind. All right. You said you wanted to say something to Big Zeus. Come on up here. All right. Come on up here. How are you doing, my friend?
Hi, Zeus. How are you? Tall and handsome and glass of water?
Hey, well, thank you. Now, Nutty gets real insecure. All right. I got him doing some work in the swamps, but he gets real insecure when you say that. But I'm doing all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm all right, Zeus. I love your live.
Thank you. I love you too. I appreciate you.
Some of your MAGA demons, you know what? They really need to be in the lake, Zeus.
They do?
I listened to that one gentleman you had on. You were talking about the conflict of interest.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, with Elon.
Right. So I work for a big conglomerate, right?
Okay.
And we can't even accept, like, if the customer wants to buy us a $20 lunch because of conflict of interest.
Right.
So it's like, where is this guy getting that you can't work for the government? You can work for the government and $20 billion isn't a conflict. It is definitely a conflict. You know what I'm saying?
He tried to minimize it by saying, oh, well, it's just a small percentage of his overall wealth. That's what he was trying to do. But to your point, it don't matter how much it is. It could be a small conflict or a big one. It's still a conflict.
It's still a conflict. But I love I just want to let you know I love your show. I try to make I live in California too. As a matter of fact, I'm from the Bay Area.
Oh, wow, wow. You're out here in the Bay. All right, shout out. That's
Well,
where
I
I'm
moved
at.
down. I moved down to 29 Palms. The Mojave Desert. I'm by Palm Springs, but yeah, I
Wow.
was raised in San Francisco. Got
Oh,
out the army and ended up back in the Bay Area, and I
okay.
somehow ended up in the desert. Right?
Oh,
What's in the
Lord.
desert, Zeus?
Yeah.
Bunch of Magazoids are here, but
Magazoids. Wow, that's a good one for them. Yeah, and
yeah.
would you say they've been deceived somewhere along the way quite a bit?
Oh yeah, you know what I did, Zeus?
What's that?
A couple of days ago, I went to the corner store,
Mm-hmm.
and so I paid for my stuff, and I looked at those two guys. I said, "Who did you vote for?" And the owner said, "Trump." Another guy looked at him, and he kind of shy a little bit. He said, "Trump." I said, "Okay, thank you." I said, "I'll never shop here again," and walked out.
Oh, they did it to themselves.
Did it to themselves, Zeus. I'm not gonna you know what?
Thank
I'm
you.
not gonna give you my money and kiss your butt too. That's not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen.
And,
But Zeus,
and this is where they've messed up because they think they thought that you would do exactly what you just said, give them their money and kiss their butt. They don't know they lost probably one of the best customers they could ever have.
they
They-
did, Zeus. They did. I would go there about 2 or 3 times a week, outside of the grocery store. I mean, I can't. Stater Brothers, they're along with Albertsons. And if I'm not mistaken, Albertsons did not donate to the Trump campaign.
Good,
all
good,
right?
good, good, good. That's
So,
okay. I want to hear stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, my
It's
mission is to find out who donated to Trump. And if I found out your corporation donated to Trump,
it's
I'm
over.
not going there. Now, my
It's over.
company did not donate to any party.
Okay.
So I'm happy with that, right?
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
I find out you donated, you're not getting any of my pennies because you're putting me in a position. Yeah, the Magazoids, they're going to have to find out the hard way, but they're going to drag the rest of us down with them. You know what I mean, Zeus?
Unfortunately, yeah, unfortunately. Now, I think it's good we've been through this with Trump before. So, I got some moves that I've learned, all right, in terms of how to navigate this situation. But a lot of people don't have those same moves like you and I, and they're in for a world of hurt,
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah. And then they'll be crying. But you know what?
What's that?
Those are MAGA tears, and they'll be drowning in the Trumplodite Lake. So
I love it. Let me ask one last question. Hypothetically speaking, a Trump supporter, a year or so into his presidency, they start crying about the economy and how they can't afford things. Will you shed a tear for them at all? Will you, reach
you know
into
what
your
I'll do for you know what I'm gonna do for them, Zeus?
what's
I'm gonna
that?
give them a bootstrap and tell them to pull themselves up by it. That's about the best I can do. But anyway, little brother,
All right.
you keep it going. You keep this live going, and as long as I'm here, I'm gonna be following you, my
All
brother.
right, well, listen, I'm going to keep doing what I can on my end and you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I got to thank it. My sister, Kabira, how did I say that right?
You said, you know what? You're the first person that has ever pronounced my name right without me saying it.
What? So
Hey,
it's
everyone, give Zeus a W.
W in the chat. Kabria, thank All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kabria a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday. I like to end on a high note, and that was a high note. All right, my first time talking to my new sister, and boy, oh boy, was it pleasant. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here. All right, take care and stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Have a great weekend. We're out of here. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. MAGA, you're in a lot of trouble. Predator, I'll get to you. Don't worry. You're going to have a lot of homework this weekend, Predator. Come back. I'll take care of you. We'll lower your taxes. Band comedy. No one's crying but you. W, Cabria. Creative Ink Studios. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you go follow Creative Ink Studios. Order those shirts. Big E Classified. Hey, Angel. All right. Tiffany for the people. Yeah. That's how you connect the dots, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do. Edwin, great show. Thank you. All right, come up next week. I got you. Dolphin. All right. Thank you for the hand heart. Have a great one, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! 92% t-shirt orders. Thank you, Don. W Creative Ink Studio. Alrighty then. My show is number one. Thank you. You're number one. You know what I do over here? You know all the Zeus haters out there, they hate the fact that I get out here and I don't waver, I tell the truth, and I shame the devil. And we connect the dots. All right, have a good one. Let's go. We're going to lower those taxes. Boom, Garvey. Thank you. Have a great weekend, you too. You can say that we love the jab all you want. It's not going to change a thing. All right? You're going to find out that Trump doesn't care about you at all. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Tell him, Queen, please. Yeah, Biden is starting World War III. Yeah, right. Again, repeating more Russian talking points. You don't know anything. If you would quit being scared and actually act like a true patriot, we wouldn't be in this situation, right? I thought so.
They're taking black jobs now, and it could be 18, it could be 19, and even 20 million people. They're taking black jobs, and they're taking Hispanic jobs, and you haven't seen it yet, but you're going to see something that's going to be the worst in our history.
Exactly.
You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter, drill, baby, drill, we're going to frack, drill,
Angelina, nice to thank you. Hey, time to drill.
Drill, baby, drill, we're gonna frack. Drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter.
Hey, we're gonna drill, baby, drill like it's Hannibal Lecter. Woo, Cabrilla. Hey, wow, let's go. Let's do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it together.
Insane asylums. You know, they go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal Lecter.
Oh.
Okay, they say, why would he mention Hannibal Lecter? He must be cognitively in trouble. Deep insane asylums. You know, they
go crazy when I say the late, great Hannibal.
Drill, baby, drill.
Hey! Have a great weekend. We're going to lower your taxes, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'll see you all Monday. Have a great weekend. Take care and stay safe.